Yo, what's up, everybody? So I asked my Discord server to drop some of the best car specs in my Discord server. Yeah, basically just drop their best builds, their best, car specs, whichever they like the most. And then, yeah, I give them about 4 to 5 days. It is now Friday, and I'm gonna go ahead and rate them. So yeah, let's get right to it. All right, now here we are, and we have a bunch to go through. This isn't even like half of it, so yeah, there's a lot to go through. But yeah, let's go ahead and begin. Thank you to everybody that submitted one. I'm gonna go ahead and try my best to rate all of these. So first we have Demos number 1 fan GCK, and he has this car, the I don't even know how you say this car, but this is obviously a fake model. I have no idea what this car's supposed to be. Maybe like a Ferrari or something. I have no clue. So it has like the bronze wheels, and honestly, I'm gonna give this a 7 just because I don't really like the model. The bronze wheels kind of throw me off a little bit. But yeah, then a green TVR cigars. This looks like a pretty solid spec. Just needs kind of like better quality pictures, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.5. This is actually pretty solid. And then his Ferrari BC Tempesta. By the way, I did tell people they could post 3 other cars, so ooh, I like this spec. I'm gonna give this spec a 9. This is clean. All right, then we have Frost. He said a gift from heaven above. Frost, I'm gonna give this a 0. I don't like Tesla. Nah, I'm just playing. But I'm not really a huge fan of Tesla, but the spec is kind of clean. I do like the colors and like the wheels and the calipers. I'll go ahead and give it an 8.5. Goofy name, my Senna. Okay, so he has like 3 different specs. So red, then gray, and then red again. I'll rate both of these at 8.5. I think they're pretty clean. Posted this picture. Not sure what to rate here, but yeah. Then we have Smanty. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And ooh, look at this. The 1995 Honda NSX. You got some like kind of like JDM classic cars. I like this spec a lot. This is very like unique. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 10. The license plate is pretty funny. It says bye bye. And then he has this 2017 Ford GT. This is pretty clean. Look, he got the red headlights, and then he has the red interior. Look at that. I do like how this looks. I'm gonna give this an 8.5, and I gave this a 9. I'm pretty sure. Very, very solid specs. Board PC player. He has his Aston Martin. No, not his Aston Martin. His Maserati. So, ooh, this looks like pretty clean. I'm pretty sure this might be the stock spec, but I'll give this a 10 out of 10. I like the spec a lot. It's just pretty much stock. He has this Porsche here. I do believe this is a GT2 RS, right? Oh no, this is a 911 Turbo S. Look at this. Ooh, I really do like this spec. I like the silver wheels and everything. Yeah, go ahead and give this an 8.5. This is really, really solid. I love blue on it. And he posted one more. I think he posted a bit too much cars, but McLaren Elva. Gray looks really nice. The carbon fiber. I give it a 9. And then orange Senna. Can't go wrong with it. I'll give it a 10. Ooh, okay. So Ezro posted his old pink Porsche. A lot of people like this. Look at this. Look at that. I like the classic look of this. It's actually really, really clean. I would just kind of change the wheels maybe to like a silver color to kind of just, I don't know, just kind of match more maybe. But I do like how this looks. I'm gonna give this an 8.5 just because of the wheels, but this is a really, really solid spec. Mostly, he posted his Gumper to range. I know he takes very, very good photos, so look at this spec. Yo, these photos are really good. So he has green, and then he has, let me go back. Right here, as you guys can see, he has green like as a color, and then he has yellow and red like stripe, which is cool. You can customize all of that. So look at that. I'll go ahead and give that spec a 10 out of 10. I like that spec a lot. That's actually really clean. Then it's 4GT, classic 4GT. Those look really good in green. These pictures are really good also. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9. This is really solid. And then this door, clean, can't go wrong with blue at all. Kind of looks like a metallic blue. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a 9 too. So yeah, really solid specs. Then Ezro posted his Pagani Huayra BC right here. So this is interesting. He has purple headlights going on, and then like the purple stripe, and obviously he has, the white color as a primary. I don't know about purple on this car, like as a stripe, and then the headlights kind of throw me off. I'll go ahead and give this I'll give it a 7.5 just because I don't know. I wouldn't really do headlights on a Pagani, but still does look really good. So yeah, 753 posted his Regera. Red Regera. Can't go wrong with this at all. This looks really clean. Look at that. I like the color on this. Looks like I don't know. This might be just a normal color, but this looks like it could be maybe a matte red something, but not like a lot of reflections going on. But this looks really clean. Can't go wrong with this. I like this picture here too, like with the scenery in the moonlight. Yeah, this is cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. Can't go wrong with the red. Then Swift posted his Zenvo TS1 GT. So he also takes very good pictures. And let's take a quick look at this. Wow, this picture is insane. Look at these, bro. These look really, really cool. Especially these 2 pictures right here, they look amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and give this car a 10 out of 10. I like this spec a lot. The pictures are really, really nice, and yeah, I mean, it looks really, really good. Well done, Swift. We have Selzine here. He has his McLaren 765 LT, I believe. Yep. So he has like a kind of like a unique color, like kind of like a brownish color going on. Then he has blue interior with blue calipers. It's kind of different, to be honest. It's kind of different. I don't really know. I feel like the blue kind of throws me off a little bit in my opinion, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 7. I'll give it a 7.5. I'm not sure. Not really what I would go for, but those look really good. Good pictures. And then his Regera, and yeah, I've seen this in game also, and these pictures are like really, really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and give this spec a 10 out of 10. This spec is really, really clean. Kind of like a dark bluish, greenish going on, and then orange like interior, orange secondary color, and the orange calipers. They all match. Looks really, really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this spec a 10 out of 10. All right, so I've already posted her screenshots. So this is interesting here. Got kind of like a rainbow color theme going on here with this car. Very interesting spec. Is this even a Bugatti? Isn't it like a old Mercedes? I don't know. This is very interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and give this car a 7. I don't really know how to feel about it. Then correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but this is a R32 GTR. This looks really clean, honestly. The gray spec, can't go wrong with it. I'm pretty sure it's stock, but I mean, can't really go wrong with it. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.5, really clean. And I believe this is the Hennessy Venom F5 Revolution Roadster. I think it is. Yeah. Now these pictures are really, really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. This is really, really clean. I like the carbon fiber, obviously, that it has. Kind of just stock carbon fiber color. And then rims, red calipers in the red secondary color. Ooh, also red interior. So those all match. Really, really nice. Then we got Miko, which said the Hennessy Venom Brevo is mine. So let's go ahead and see. So here, the Hennessy Venom Revolution is the car. Okay, so those look pretty clean. Blue and then black as a secondary color. White calipers from what I can see. Kind of hard to tell from here, but overall, it does look like a really good spec. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a bit basic in my opinion, but does look really good. Then 4GT. Ooh, now this is very unique. I like this a lot. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give this a 8 out of 10. Looks pretty good. And then GT4. So kind of like has the champagne wheels and has the blue primary color. Yeah, really, really clean. I'll go ahead and give this an 8 too. So yeah, pretty clean specs. And then M posted their Opolo IE Orange Dragon, as you guys see here. Does look really clean. Can't really like tell too well what the colors are really here, but I'll go ahead and give this a 8.5 out of 10. I wish there was like another picture to get like kind of a view of the front. Then we have a 720S gray. Can't really go wrong with it. I'll give this 8.5. And then of course, I do like the champagne wheels. I would change the side mirrors or whatever, but I'll give this a 7.5. Wish it kind of had better pictures for me to tell, but yeah, did post a bit too much pictures, but I'll go ahead and rate them anyways. Jaguar TR12 green has like the yellow as the secondary. Does look clean. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8. And then P1, I believe, right? Yeah, P1. So kind of like a red crimson color going here. I do like the reflections here. This is really nice. Yeah, this is really, really nice. I'll give this an 8.5. This is like by far the best spec I've seen, like by Emmet. So well done on that. Bro just kept going for real. Posted a bit too much pictures, but it's all good. Then we have Hydra. Now if you guys don't know Hydra was a former head moderator pretty much for Driving Empire. All right, so these three are licensed cars, and first we have a McLaren 765 LT, and honestly, bro, these gradients look amazing. I'm really glad Driving Empire did this. So it goes from like a dark purple, like a brighter purple, kind of pinkish, also like little detail purple interior. Ooh, like right here on the steering wheel, if you guys see that, it has purple too. So like all those little details are really, really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and give this spec a 9 out of 10. This is really, really clean. Then it looks like we have a Pagani Huayra Roadster. Look, whoa, this is really, really nice. I like this a lot. Obviously the stock spec is like blue, whatever, but the red looks really, really nice also. Yeah, I like this a lot. I'll give it 8.5 out of 10. It's a pretty solid spec. It's really, really clean. I like the interior the most, honestly. Then we have a green Audi RE GT. This picture is really well took also. Look at the reflections under here. Like the graphics are amazing. White, silver kind of rims. This looks amazing. I'll give this also a 9 out of 10. These are probably my favorite ones so far, so yeah, well done, Hydra. Then we have Ezro again, and he posted his blue Senna. Looks really clean. I would kind of change the yellow headlights in my opinion, but does look really clean. Can't go wrong. All blue calipers. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Then Swift posted his second car. He posted his GT500, his red GT500. Look at these pictures too. You gotta just appreciate these. These look really, really good. Look at that. Oh, bro, this looks honestly amazing. This one's probably my favorite with the waterfall, and the pictures are really nice too. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.5 out of 10. I like everything. I like how he has the red, and then he has like the white stripes and everything. The pictures are really well took, so yeah. Third car looks like the McLaren 765 LT. Look at that. He has a very nice green on it. Ooh, whoa, I like that caliper interior a lot. That caliper interior is very unique. I've not seen anybody do that. Here's his interior. Very, very nice. So here's kind of like a full picture of the car. I'm gonna go ahead and give this I'll give it an 8.2 out of 10. Very specific, but yeah. And we have my boy Soul, and as you guys could tell, he loves the Senna GTR. Yeah, Senna GTR. He's had a bunch of different specs on his. I'm pretty sure this is JLP's Senna GTR and this is his, so yeah, I'll go ahead and give this a 8.5 out of 10. Just the rims I would really change. Pretty sure this is his. I'll give it an 8. He's had a lot of different kind of specs on it. Pretty sure this is his Senna GTR also. I'll give this a 9. Green. This actually looks really nice. 8.5 again. And then this is the best one in my opinion that he's had. Either this or like a blue spec. He didn't post his blue one here, but this is probably my favorite, the purple one. And I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9.5 out of 10. I would just change the rims back to like the stock ones, but yeah. Now we got Trek, and here seems like we have the Gara Ghost. Yes, we do. So really nice color. Looks like we have a green like polished metal, I think here. So like a green color and a polished metal wrap. So it looks actually really nice. Nobody really uses that. If I'm not mistaken, it kind of looks like polished metal. And then a secondary color, it's kind of like a, I'm not really sure how you explain this. It's like a pinkish orangish color. Yeah, as you guys could see, orange interior, or not orange interior, orange calipers, my bad. Ooh, this is actually really nice. I can't even lie, I'm not a huge fan of this car, like the McLaren Artura, or Artura. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. One nice little detail check that you could have done here is maybe done orange like outline of the seats and stuff for the interior, because it could have matched with the calipers, so that would have been really nice. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8 out of 10. Really solid. This purple looks really, really good. Then the last one, I have like a green going on here, very like key lime green, whatever. And then black is a secondary. In my opinion, the blue calipers kind of throw me off. Little picky detail in my opinion, but I mean, I'll go ahead and give this a 7.5 out of 10. It's actually pretty clean. Just the calipers kind of throw me off, like blue calipers, but yeah, it's a really solid spec. Well done, Trek. Then we have virtually Justin, moderator for driving Empire. So like in Hyper Sport, I like this color a lot, honestly. The reflections are really nice. White interior, white rims. This is actually like a really good spec. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Then Jesco. Ooh, I like this spec too. Can't go wrong with this at all. Blue interior, blue secondary color. You know, white primary color and like black stripes, black accents all around. So looks really clean. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. Looks really, really good in my opinion. And then, ooh, Apollo Project Evo. These are really, really nice. This green is phenomenal. Yeah, this actually looks amazing in my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. This is actually like really, really sick. Well done with these pictures. I mean, the reflections are insane on this too. But okay, now we have a Supra and we have a Nissan GTR R34 here. I did tell them they could post like anything, even if the car isn't in the game anymore. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go ahead and have to give these two a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. These look insane. Like, this color is really, really nice. I never seen anybody like do a color like this. And then obviously can't go wrong with the white Supra, and this picture is really well took. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 10 out of 10. This is like well done on this. This looks really, really, really nice. We have a Bugatti Devo. Obviously can't go wrong with blue on a Bugatti, so I'll go ahead and give this an 8 out of 10. And then this is very fitting because your life worth was literally yesterday, but yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and give this a 7 out of 10. Kind of like a goofy picture. Kind of funny. Then girl posted her Devil 16, so interior picture, all pink. And then, yeah, as you guys can see, it's basically just all pink Devil 16. Devil 16, sorry. I'll go ahead and give this a 7 out of 10. Just not really like my thing. Not a huge fan of the car in general. And yeah. Then we got Yuki with some really nice pictures. Look at these. Oh, look at that interior shot. 720S, orange calipers, McLaren P1. Oh, I like this picture a lot. It's kind of like drifting here. That's actually really nice. And then Apollo IE right here, green. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, you can't obviously go wrong with orange on a P1. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. And then I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. I really like the white interior. White interior looks phenomenal on this car. So yeah, well done on those, honestly. Looks very good. Then we have DE for life. You guys can't tell. I think this guy might like driving Empire a little bit. But he has his Audi R15. Yellow Audi R15. Kind of looks like gold in my opinion. He has underglow on it. I mean, looks pretty clean. Gold R15. Pretty cool. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Blue McLaren P1. Okay, this looks pretty good. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 also. The pictures are a little bit, you know, lower quality, so it's a bit hard to rate compared to the other ones. But okay, so I think this is a Zonda R or something, right? Zonda Revolution. Looks pretty good. I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. These are pretty decent. And then girl posted another car. She posted an Audi R15. So black and gray, then pink Audi R15. These pictures are kind of low quality, I won't lie. So these are not the best. Not really like the spec that I would go for in my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 6 out of 10. No offense, but not bad at all. Just I don't really think the pink looks like amazing on this. I don't know, just my opinion, but yeah. Cobalt posted another really good 2 pictures. Look at this. Wow, I mean, yeah, this looks phenomenal. These pictures are really nice too. Can't go wrong with this color. I'll give this a 10 out of 10, and then I'll give this a 9 out of 10. This looks really nice pictures. And then Gabriel mid-type R is actually a developer for driving Empire, and here he has the Porsche 911 RSR, literally the rarest car in the game. And here's the spec. It's kind of like a pinkish, whitish, whatever, and then he has the white, you know, rims on it. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.5 out of 10. Looks really solid. Yeah, really good. Then Ghosty posted another one, his Zenvo Aurora, and wow, these pictures are amazing. Take a look at this. Yeah, I mean, can't go wrong with the blue at all. 9 out of 10. Base just posted his 3 cars. So yeah, black McLaren 765 LT. Wow, these are really nice pictures. This picture is actually really, really nice. I like this a lot. Kind of shows the titanium exhaust here too. I'll give that a 9 out of 10. Ooh, blue Dodge Viper. I like this a lot. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Okay, so he has a Sports GT2 RS. Looks like so. Yeah, that looks actually really solid. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I don't really like the rims here and like the yellow headlights in my opinion, but yeah, overall very solid specs. Well done, Faceless. Alright, we're finally starting to get to the end of it. There's been a lot of pictures, but here we have Benny Boy. He posted his McLaren Senna. Obviously, the best pictures because he's on mobile. He's usually on PC, but he doesn't have photos, he said. I don't know. Not a big fan of like the blue interior and stuff. I'll give this a 7 out of 10, to be honest. Yeah, I'll give this spec a 7 out of 10. It's also kind of the pictures too, but yeah. Then the E-Type. From here, we have a lot of E-Type pictures since it came out, the limited car. And can't go wrong with this, the classic interior, the green. A lot of people did green on this car. I'm pretty sure Trek has polished metal on this too. I mean, looks amazing. I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10. Looks really, really nice. Then Fake Demo posted a riced out, oh my, driving Empire. What? Okay, I don't even know what's going on here. 10 out of 10 spec here for sure. Then he has his GT3 RS, blue rims. Okay, this is interesting. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, then he has his Nissan GTR R34. Here we go. This is much better. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. P5 posted his Jaguar E-Type spec also, and I like this color. I honestly don't see this color like much in public servers. kind of like a crimson red color, very, you know, classical, obviously. Looks really good. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. Then a blue Jaguar E-Type. Looks nice, but it kind of has like metallic paint. I don't feel like it fits the car too well in my personal opinion, but I'll go ahead and give it a 7.5 out of 10. Then board PC player posted his Jaguar E-Type. I did tell them to post all the Jaguar E-Type specs. So we have like another type of red spec here. Ooh, with the sunset. This is clean. I'll give this a 8 out of 10. Then we have the final picture that Gabriel posted again, and this is a 1-to-1. Koenigsegg 1-to-1, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, that orange is really nice. Look how it's like hitting on the sun. It's like kind of like yellowish, really. And then he also has his calipers as white also. This looks really solid. I mean, yeah, really clean spec, 9 out of 10. And yeah, we have finally rated all of them. That was a lot to go through. Now, that was a lot to go through. Shout out to everybody in my Discord server and my Discord community that posted their pictures. I'm pretty sure I rated all of them. It was a lot to go through. I've been recording for like 40 minutes or so. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I did rate every single one. We had a lot of them. And yeah, let me know if you guys want me to do a part 2 of this. Keep doing this when we get like more licenses in the future. Maybe in like 2 or 3 months. Let me know if you guys want more of this. And also, if you guys want to participate in stuff like this when I do events, make sure you guys join my Discord server down below in the description. That's all I ask for you. Just join my Discord if you want to, like, you know, participate in stuff like this. But yeah, that's pretty much for today's video. Again, thank you everybody that submitted their pictures, the car specs. And yeah, have a good one everybody, and bye. Yo, what's up everybody? So I announced on my Discord server that we'll be doing a rating car builds part 2, and that it could be any Roblox car game. It could be Southwest Florida, DE, Midnight Chasers, Midnight Racing Tokyo, any Roblox car game that they wanted to do. So yeah, we're going to be rating those. We got a lot of them, so thank you to everybody that submitted them. If you guys want to participate in events like this, if you guys ever want to be in a video like this, where I do stuff with my community like this, make sure that you guys join the Discord, which is down below in the description. But let's now get to it. Let's get to rating the car builds. Alright, so here we are on my Discord, and as you guys can see, we have a bunch of car specs. There is a bunch. First, we have Martino, which is actually a senior moderator for Java Empire, and as you guys can see, he has his Carrera GT. Oh, this is clean. So he has the green primary color going on. He has gray wheels, and he kind of has like a tannish brownish color going on for the interior. I honestly do really like it. I think I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. This is actually a very, very solid spec. Then we have Finn, and he has his Mercedes. Can never go wrong with the gray primary color. He has blue interior and blue calipers. And to be honest, I don't know about that. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know. I just don't think it fits this car personally, but I'll give this a 6 out of 10. Then we have Stars. Oh my, these pictures look insane. And GT3 RS right here. Oh my, these pictures look crazy. Yo, this is really, really clean, and these pictures are very well took. Honestly, I'm gonna have to give this I'm gonna give it an 8.7 out of 10. I would maybe make the wheels black, but I honestly don't mind the white wheels. And yeah, these pictures are very, very high quality, so I'm gonna give this an 8.7 out of 10. This is actually very nice. Then we have Monkey. What's his actual name? Joe VK. Okay, so yeah, that's his name. His name's literally Monkey. Okay, and as you guys can see, it has a classic house in the background. Pagani Hard Roadster BC. Carrera GT, okay. Not like the best pictures. Okay, I like this picture more. Okay, this is actually pretty clean. So he has the Zenvos right here, as you guys can see. I'm not sure which one is this car. Oh, okay. I think these are all these cars. Okay, so first we have the Pagani Hard Roadster BC. I give this an 8 out of 10. You can't go wrong with like the white and red. Carrera GT right here. I give this an 8 out of 10 also. Same picture basically. Then he has his 3 Zenvos, I believe. This is a TS1. I give it a 7.5. Not too bad. Then he has the pink Aurora. I give it a 7 out of 10. Not a really huge fan of the pink. And then right here, the green Aurora Gil. I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10. Right here, he has his AMG one. I give it a 7. I'm not really, I like the color, but I'm not a huge fan of the wheels. I don't really think it like fits too well in my opinion. Then we have Cars by JMS. I don't know what's going on with the wheels here. I don't know why the wheels are different. This, I obviously do like the spec. I'm pretty sure it's like the stock spec that you can get for this. I like the color, but I'm not sure what's going on with the wheels here. So I'll give this a 7 out of 10. The wheels are just really throwing me off. Like, I don't know. Then we have 177. He's on mobile, so I'll cut him a bit of slack. So these pictures are a bit low quality, but from what I could see, he has a baby blue color going on. You got the gray secondary color going on. I'm not sure what to really think of this, like the gray. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Then we have Void. This is the P1 with the body kit, which I believe we had in the game before. This was like before it was removed. Clean. I like the white wheels. I like this color. Yeah, I give this an 8.5. This is actually clean. Here are some more pictures. This is the Apollo Gumper Sport. He has a dark blue color on this. Ooh, I kind of like these rims, honestly. It kind of fits the car. I'd also give this an 8 out of 10. It's not too bad, honestly. And then he has this Ferrari F50 GT. Dang. Yo, look at this. Pink Ferrari F50 GT. To be honest, I don't mind this pink at all. I think it's actually like not too bad on the Ferrari. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. This is not too bad. So yeah, overall some solid cars, some solid specs. Then we have Professional Tattivator. Funny name. Southwest Florida and DE. Okay, so those two games we have. So this is obviously Southwest Florida. And he has his Mustang GT500 maybe. Nissan GTR here. Okay. Not the best pictures, but he has a gray Nissan GTR. Okay. And then what's the final car? He has a McLaren Senna. Not too bad, not too bad. White McLaren Senna, can't really go wrong with that. So this Mustang here, not bad at all. I mean, pretty like, I guess basic spec, I would say, in my opinion, but it's not bad at all. I give this I give it a 7 out of 10. Not too bad. Nissan GTR, it's kind of hard to like really see unless it would be like during nighttime, but as what I could see, it's kind of like a gray color, so it's not too bad. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. And then white McLaren Senna, not the best pictures, but I give it a 8 out of 10. Not too bad. And then we have just Eric right here. He has a Lamborghini Mario. I don't even know how you pronounce it. I'm not even gonna bother, but he has this yellow color going on, and he has like the secondary red color. Okay, we have the Lycan Hypersport red classic, can't go wrong with that. He has the Audi RA GT3 Evo and the default spec. Okay, and then he has the Audi RS7 Sportsback right here, the RSQ8 and the Mazda RX-7. So purple RX-7, black RSQ8, and then red RS7 Sportsback. So pretty clean. Can't like really go wrong with these colors. I give this overall an 8 out of 10. All these 3 cars, I give it an 8 out of 10. Not bad at all. And yeah. And then Max submitted these, and we finally have something like a bit different. We have Midnight Chasers right here, as you guys can see, and he has his McLaren Senna. This is a very clean spec. I give this a 8.5 out of 10. Only kind of thing that sucks, I know that I'm not sure if you could change it, but he does have like the blue seat belts here, which doesn't really match. It'd be kind of nice if you could make them orange. I'm not sure if you could change that option, but I give this overall an 8.5, 8.7 out of 10. I think this is like a clean color that he has going on. And then he has this Aston Martin Valkyrie right here, as you guys can see. Can't really go wrong with this color. 8.7 out of 10. I'd also give this an 8.7 out of 10. Or yeah, 8.5. I give it 8.5 out of 10. Very nice spec. Then Celzine dropped his 918 with delivery. Yo, this thing is clean. If you guys remember on the rating admins video, he showed this part right here, and bro, this is a very solid spec. I like the lighting that's going on here. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. This is clean. And then ooh, look at this. I think this is the Mercedes SLS 63, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is very clean. I like the way it looks. 9 out of 10. Can't go wrong with this. And now we have Hydra. I already know Hydra's about to cook. So right here, this is Java Empire E1. Oh my god, this color is beautiful. Look at this. This color is like very unique. I've never seen this before. I don't know. I don't even know what this color is, but very clean. Orange interior. I give this an 8.7 out of 10. Kind of looks like it has an orange interior. I'll probably make it white or something, or just black or whatever, but I give this an 8.7. I think it's like a very unique color, so I do like that a lot. Midnight Racing Tokyo, I believe. Ford GT. Pretty clean. I give it an 8 out of 10. I like the blue color. Here's another picture of it. Dang, this is very nice. And then this is Midnight Chasers. Oh my, look at that. Aston Martin Valkyrie, bro, that color is clean. I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. This is a really nice spec. I like this a lot. And then we have Bats right here. This is Audi, I believe so. Dang. We got the Alfa Romeo. Oh my, that thing is clean. Look at that. He has the green, and then he has the yellow calipers, black interior. Oh my. I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. And then he has right here the Audi R18. Stock spec, can't go really wrong with it, honestly. 8.5 out of 10, I'd say. Solus GT, nice. Okay, so he has the white and the green going on. Pretty nice. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Overall, very solid specs. Then we have Stars. More pictures that he posted. What game is this? I don't even know what game this is, honestly. No clue what game this is, but dang, this is clean. I think this is a E63. Please don't be mad at me if I'm wrong. I don't know. It's some type of BMW. And then RX-7 right here. Dang, yo, this thing is clean. I give both of these a 9. Honestly, looks really good. I have no idea what this game is. Let me know down in the comment stars what game this is. But and then subs, Solus GT. Bro, this looks very nice. What the heck? So it's white and okay, so it's white and gray, white and black. Okay, dang, this is clean. This photo is like very nice. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Not bad, but yeah, this photo is like really good. Then he posted this, his MC12. Honestly, can't go wrong with the blue. 9 out of 10. And then Jimmy posted some photos right here. And okay, so what is this? I think it's like Dealership Tycoon. Okay, so yes, 3 Agera RSs, I believe. I don't even know which one this is. I'm assuming it's this one in the middle. I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Jesco, I kind of have like a similar spec on mine on Dealership Tycoon. I give it a 9 out of 10. And then this is pretty clean. I give it a 8.5 out of 10. Then moving on, we have DE GT3 RS. Not bad. I give it an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't really do underglow on this, but not that big of a deal. Then dang, oh my, then he has the F50 GT and he has the Zenvo. That's a very unique color actually for the Zenvo. I like it a lot. I give this car 8.5 out of 10, and I give this a 9 out of 10. I actually really like that color. And then he has his Bugatti Mistral right here and his DeLorean. Wait, not, is that even a DeLorean? I don't know. I don't even know what this car is, honestly. I'll give both of these an 8.2. Pretty clean. I like those. Then Chicken. Bro's name is just literally Chicken. Okay. And then he has his Zenvo or Rotor right here, as you guys can see, in a blue color. Not bad at all. I'll give it an 8. Nice interior shots. Very nice interior. Then he has his Lamborghini. Not even gonna try to pronounce it, but it's a new Lamborghini in the green color. I'm pretty sure this is just like the stock spec that it comes with, so it's not bad at all, honestly. But I give it a 7.7 out of 10. I feel like you could have done a little bit more instead of a stock spec, but and then dang, okay, so first two pictures are Midnight Racing Tokyo, and then these bottom ones are DE. This looks clean. So here it's posted right here, the GT86, Toyota GT86 and MRT. Oh my, this thing is clean. I haven't even seen this in like MRT. Bro, this is actually very clean. I'm gonna give this an 8.7 7 out of 10. I like this a lot. I like this. Can't really go wrong with the black and white. Very, very nice. I like all the stuff that it has on the side, like the text and stuff. Very, very nice. And then Jaguar TR12 and DE. Green color. I'm pretty sure I have like a pretty similar spec on DE. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. Not bad at all. I like the wheels and I like the colors, so they kind of go like together. So then 2 to 8 posted. Okay, so Lamborghini. Boom. This is clean. So this is his, I'm assuming. Dang. Okay, that looks pretty nice. So this is like his right here on the side. Okay, so it's like a greenish kind of color, and then he has the orange kind of going. I'm not really sure what to think of these colors. I don't think they look horrible, but I'm not sure if they look amazing at the same time. So I don't really know. It's not horrible, but I don't know. I don't think the colors like really go that well together in my opinion. But then moving on, we have 753, and he has this Pagani Mola. This is obviously DE. Pretty clean. I mean, can't really go wrong with the stock spec. 8.5 out of 10. Velicita. Oh my, these pictures are really, really nice. And he has the 918 Malibu. Look at this. Oh man, this looks amazing. Dang. So he has the black, and then he obviously has like the Malibu livery. This is one of the cars from the crates, and honestly, this is actually very, very clean. I mean, I like the red calipers too. It kind of matches like the Malibu like livery or whatever. So I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I'm definitely a huge fan of the Malibu livery that it has. So this is the Aries S1. I recently found out like what this car was called. Not bad. Kind of looks like the wheels are sinking into the, I don't know, kind of looks like the wheels are very, very low. The suspension is very, very low. Not bad, I guess. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. This car's a little bit weird to me. I don't really know what to think of it, but it's not too bad. I kind of do like how the doors go up. Then Mika posted right here. Dang. So he has the P1 right here with the body kit. This thing is clean. Look at this. Baby blue color, and then he has the white wheels. And he has a Polo Gumper S right here. Purple. Kind of like a blurry picture, but then he has this Porsche right here. Okay, so I give this a 9 out of 10. I'll go ahead and give this a 8 out of 10. This picture's kind of blurry, so it's a little bit hard to see, but and then he has this Porsche. I'll give this an 8 out of 10 also. Not too bad. And then Gemilo, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but yo, these are very, very nice pictures. He has the Bugatti Huara Roadster, as you guys could see. Dang, he has this red color, and these are the stock rims, but this color is amazing. Purple calibers, that's actually very interesting. I've never really seen anybody do that. Dang, what is this? What's this called? It's the HJ220S, right? I think. Yeah, I think it's the HJ220S. HJ220, HJ220S. This thing is clean, green, and this is a very well took picture also. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. And then Apollo IE Orange Dragon. Dang, bro. So he has pink as a primary color and kind of like a lighter pink as a secondary color. This is very, very clean. I'll go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. And then I don't think I rated this one. I'll give this a 8.5 out of 10. I'm not really sure. The purple calipers like throwing me off in my opinion, but very, very clean. Now we got my boy Ghosty. I already know bro's about to cook because he always does cook with the pictures, and he has his Dodge Viper ACR right here. This thing is clean. His Lamborghini, oh my, I like the spec a lot. I think this matches very well. And then his McLaren, what is this? 720S, I think. Yeah, it's 720S, I think. He has the blue going on, and then he has the white stripe and the black stripe going down the middle. Very, very clean. I give this a 8.5 out of 10. I like the gas station lighting also. And then this Lamborghini, damn. I'm actually a really, really huge fan of the spec, honestly. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I think it matches really well. He has the orange interior, which also matches with the secondary color. So very, very nice. Well done. And then this color, I'm a huge fan of it also. 9 out of 10. Very, very good pictures and very, very good specs. Shout out Ghostly. And then we have Slade, I think that's how you say his name. And he has his McLaren 765 LT, as you guys see. Then we have an Apollo IE Orange Dragon. Okay, this is pretty clean. And then his Hennessy Venom F5 Roadster. Okay, not too bad. So I'll go ahead and give this a 8 out of 10. I do like the pink purplish color is actually very nice. I like this spec a lot, honestly. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. And then this, I'll give it an 8.2 out of 10. Not bad, honestly. Honestly, I haven't really seen like horrible specs so far. So yeah, good job to everybody. Then Smanty. Whoa, what is this? Is this? I think this might be Midnight Racing Tokyo. Yeah, I think this is Midnight Racing Tokyo. Yeah, this is Midnight Racing Tokyo. Yo, this car is clean. Oh my god, bro. This thing is fire. Yo, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. Like, yeah, I love Midnight Racing Tokyo, and these pictures are very, very clean. I like the colors that you got going on. And then Pagani Mola. Okay, so he has the car fully blacked out, as you guys can see, and he has the orange calipers and the orange interior to match. Very, very clean. And then, yeah, here's another picture of it. And then here's another picture from Midnight Racing Tokyo, GT3RS, or no, GT2RS, actually. My bad. I'm gonna go ahead and give this right here, the Pagani Mola, I'll give it an 8 out of 10, and I'll give this a 8.5 out of 10. Very, very nice. Yeah, this person right here, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's pretty clean. I like the purple scheme, like, going on and everything. And then McLaren 675 LT, I believe. I think that's what it's called, right? He has the gray and the red color scheme going on. Very, very clean. I do like how this looks. I'll give this 8 out of 10. So, yeah, overall, I'd rate this an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, and I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. I actually like this a lot. I know I've given like a lot of 8s in these videos, but like yeah, it's just personally my opinion. But it starts with another picture, and kind of looks like right here we have a classic Porsche. Honestly, I have no idea what this game is even, to be honest. It'll be maybe Midnight Racing Tokyo. I don't know. I don't really recognize this place, so I don't really know. But classic Porsche, pretty clean. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Then Trek posted Holden Commodore SV GTS W1. This is Greenville. What the heck, dude? I have never seen this car before. What is this? I have no idea. Okay, so this is Ultimate Driving, Maserati concept car. Okay, so this one I'd rate 8 out of 10. I kind of do like how the front looks. The rims I don't really mind that much. They're not like horrible, honestly. Then Maserati concept car. Only thing I really don't like is how the pictures are at night times, because you can't really like see the color that well, but it's not bad. I give this a 7.5 out of 10. Then the BMW i8 is not horrible. I'll give this a 6.5 out of 10. Only because I'm not really a huge fan of the BMW i8. And I don't really like how, like, right here in the front, this is red. I don't know. It just kind of looks a bit goofy to me, but it's not too bad. Then Sutter Sky posted his Lamborghini. And boom. Okay, so he has, like, kind of like a matte blue going on with the black secondary and the red interior. Can't go wrong with blue, honestly. 8 out of 10. I know I've given a lot of 8 out of 10s, but... And then Lamborghini SVJ 63, like, Anniversary Edition. Oh my god, bro, what is this game? What even is this game? I have no idea. Yo, this thing is actually clean. Dang. And bro, look at the SVJ logo. It has all these different colors. I'll give this 8.5 out of 10. I honestly have no idea what that game is. Then we have Zidani. Hopefully I pronounced your name wrong. I'm sorry if I didn't. But Ferrari A12 Novatec and Largo Midnight Chasers. Okay, so we got some Midnight Chasers pictures. Dang, look at this. Bro, got the purple 812. Bro, has the purple interior. What the heck? No way this picture is from Midnight Chasers. I don't think it is. I honestly like this a lot. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. This thing is actually pretty clean. Then Hambari posted. Okay, so yeah, these are all Midnight Racing Tokyo. I could already tell. Oh my god, bro. Oh, bro, F40. Oh my, yo. This actually looks amazing. What is this? I think this is a Nissan, right? Nissan Fairlady Z. I may be wrong. It kind of looks like a Nissan to me. And then bonus picture. Okay, just obviously Java Empire and Lamborghini Urus and the Lamborghini. Not even gonna bother like trying to pronounce that, but yeah. So this, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. This is actually very, very clean. I like the spec a lot. I like the color and the rims. I think everything goes really, really well. And then the F40 right here, bro. I mean, just take a quick like second to kind of like take in this picture. Look how beautiful this game is. I honestly recommend that you guys play Midnight Racing Tokyo. Like, this is Roblox, really like peak Roblox car game. Very, very clean. I'll give this a 9.5 out of 10. Honestly, like this looks very good. This Nissan right here, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I don't really like the rims on this too much. It's not too bad, but I do like the scenery of this also, like behind here. How it has like all the Japanese text and stuff like that. And then bonus, can't go wrong with this, Urus and Lamborghini, whatever. And I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Not too bad. Sun Sky posted another picture of his Ferrari Roadster. This is like a stock spec, but you can't really go wrong with it. Honestly, it does look very, very nice. I love the rims and I love the primary color. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. And then my P1. Dang, what, bro, what the heck? So I think he has like a gradient on this. It's like blue and black, as you guys can see. That's actually like very, very unique. I do like how it looks. He has the white interior to match with the white rim, so that's matching. I like that a lot. I'll give this 8 out of 10. Not too bad. All right, and now we have Racklitz. I think that's how you say your name. Racklitz. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong, but right here, as you guys can see, this obviously Java Empire. He has his Nissan Z. Okay, pretty clean. To be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of this car. Just my opinion. I'll give this like a 6 out of 10. So yeah, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's not too bad. Not really my cup of tea in my opinion. Then Porsche GT4. I'm not sure which one is his, but I'll give both of these like a 7. Not too bad. I don't really like the wheels on this one right here, but overall not too bad. They're pretty cool. And then we have Teaser RL. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong also. And right here, he has the Polo Gumper. Dang, bro, this thing is clean. Look at this 750S. That's the only thing I don't like about the 750S is exhaust. That's the only thing. I think the front looks beautiful, but that's the only thing I don't like. I'm guessing this is his car right here. This spec right here, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Pretty clean. 750S. I feel like they could have been like a better picture if it was like from the front or whatever, but you know, I'll give it a 8 out of 10. I think the color is very nice. This Koenigsegg right here, this is actually very, 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 like, I like this a lot. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I like the color. Another picture of the Polo Gumper. I already said I'll rate it at 8 out of 10. And then I'm not sure which one is his here, but I'll give both of these an 8.5 out of 10. I like both the colors on these. Very, very clean. And then Sun Sky posted his final pictures. He said this. Here he has his McLaren 750S, I believe, right? He said this is his worst one yet. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. All right, then Zidani posted more pictures. Midnight Chasers Ferrari FXK. Dang, bro, I love Midnight Chasers, bro. Midnight Chasers actually looks amazing. Look at this. Oh my god, I actually like this color. I think this color is actually like very unique. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. This is actually very clean. Very, very well done. And then we have Fake Demo, Mazda RX-7, Velside, my first pick. Okay, clean. Can't go wrong with the stock spec, honestly. Not the best pictures, but you know, can't go wrong with this. I'll give it a 8 out of 10. 750S Spider's second pick. Okay, so he has a orange to black gradient going on this. Okay, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Not really my cup of tea. And then Zevo TSRS third pick. I feel like it would have been better if you had a picture like with the things like with everything closed and one open, you know, so you could see the spec better. But I mean, not too bad. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's not a bad spec. Can't really go wrong with the red and the yellow, you know, not too bad. And then Firmino LFC, I think that's how you say your name. My apologies if I say it wrong. And then he has this 918 right here, Lamborghini Urus and the Zenvo Orator. Dang, why Why does it look like this? Bro, like nothing's like loaded in and everything's not rendered. It looks a little weird. I don't know. But from what I could see, he obviously has, you know, the blue primary going on, and he has the yellow calipers and the, you know, yellow interior to match, which is pretty cool. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Not too bad. Ooh, okay. I actually like this Lamborghini spec. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And then his Zenvo Rotor. And then he has the orange interior and the orange calipers to match. Not bad at all. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. It looks a little bit weird. Like nothing's loaded in, as you guys can see. Like it's just weird. The car looks a bit weird. But and then we have Touch G. Yeah, Touch the G, however you say your name, something like that. And I think this is either Midnight Chasers or Midnight Racing Tokyo. I think this is Midnight Chasers. Looks like Midnight Chasers to me. Dang. As you guys can see, this thing has 4 legs, so a lot of people like this, actually. This is clean. What is this, a Shelby Cobra Daytona? I could be mistaken. But I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I like this classic spec. NIW posted as McBlaine Santa. Okay. I don't think that's how you say McLaren Senna, but yeah. And can't go wrong with this, really. You know, white and black spec. Can't really go wrong with it. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a little bit basic in my opinion. Could do a little bit something with it, like another color. But BMW M3 GTR. Yo. I think I've actually seen this game before. It's like one of the most realistic games. That's clean. I mean, 8.5 out of 10. Can't go wrong with it. Alright, then NIW posted some more pictures. So this looks like to be Southwest Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I think it could be, possibly. Maybe. Yeah, I think it might be. I'm not sure. This might be. I don't even know what game this is, honestly. I don't even know. But as you guys see, we have a Mazda RX-7, and he has the white spec going on. Dang, okay, this is clean. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Sun and Sky posted his more pictures. Okay, so what is this? I think this is some type of Mazda, perhaps. I can obviously tell this is Southwest Florida. Okay, so I like the color of this, but I don't really like the camber and like the offset going on with the wheels. I think it's like a little too much for me, in my opinion. So I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Only really thing I would change would probably be like the camber and the offset. Really, I'll probably maybe do some different wheels, but this is like what's really throwing me off. But yeah, not too bad. 6.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I'll give it. NIW first Camaro on here. Pretty nice NASCAR. Not too bad. Like kind of like a, you know, clean, kind of a basic spec in my opinion, but not too bad. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I'm sorry, I don't even know how to pronounce your name, but dang, look at this. Now these are some more recent pictures, as you guys can see, because we have the NASCARs, the purple and white. Yo, that's clean. You got the 69. Okay, yo, this thing is clean. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. I like it a lot. Very nice. Stormtrooper 709 posted his Pagani Zonda Revolution, as you guys can see. Clean. It's basically just a stock spec, so I mean, can't go wrong with it. I mean, it does look very good, so 9 out of 10. Then NASCAR right here, as you guys can see. Dang, this is actually a pretty unique color. This is clean. Look at this. Dang, what the heck? I think it's like a tannish kind of color. Yeah, like tannish brownish. So it's like a tan color with the brown. Oh, like no, tan color with the black. I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10. Then just Eric posted these are all matching. He has the Audi R8 LMS GT3 Evo. He has the go-kart and the R18, and he also has the NASCAR in the back. Dang, all matching specs. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. Clean. Can't go wrong with like this color scheme, really. And then whoa, we have some editing going on here. Okay, so what's his name? Elion posted his 2008 Gumper Polo. I like this editing, honestly. I'll give it a 8 out of 10. Censero, let me know if this is a good spec, guys. Bro, Censero is not real, bro. This is not a spec, bro. What the heck? Benny posted his GT3 Touring. Shame you can't really spec the interior at all. Fair enough, so I'll cut him some slack there. Dang, this thing is clean. GT3 Touring. Okay, nice. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. I like this. I like this. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I would change the wheels. I would only change the wheels. And then he posted some more pictures in the GIC. You can't really see the color too well. I'm assuming it's just black, so I guess 6.5 out of 10. This, I don't really like the green. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. R7, I mean, can't go wrong with gray on the Audi, really, so 8 out of 10. Clean. Boom. Noble M600. Dang, bro, he took pictures in the customization menu. That's actually nice. Nobody has ever done that before. I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. Not bad. And then Key5 posted his Apollo IE Orange Dragon. Ooh, yo, I like this spec. This spec is clean. This might be like, I don't know, it's nothing like that crazy, but I like this spec a lot. Yo, this spec right here, I'm gonna give it 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, I feel like this has perfect colors on it. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Yo, you guys should always match your calipers and interior. I feel like that goes well more than matching rims and interior. Like, you could do that sometimes, but if you match your calipers and interior, like, that's a very nice detail that you should do on all your cars, in my opinion. So I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. Pickle Leader. Okay. I'm still new to pictures. Okay, so he posted some new pictures. Here we go. So, 765 LT. Okay, pretty nice. Purple P1, it looks like. I don't really like those rims, to be honest. It's not too bad, though. Then, NASCAR. Nice. Okay. Not bad. Definitely better pictures. Definitely much like more improvement. So McLaren 765 LT, not a bad spec at all. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. E1, I'm not a fan of the wheels really, but I do like the color. Orange and purple and orange is a very good color scheme. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I just don't like the wheels. I don't know. Wheels are important to me. This is actually clean. I'll give it a 8 out of 10. Not bad. So let's go back to the Discord server now. So Victoria, yep. That's how you say your name, I think. And dang, Zenvo TSRS. That's a clean spec, yo. Phantom F5 Revolution Roadster in purple, like pinkish purple color. Okay. And then the Agera RS, I believe. Dang, those are some different wheels, honestly. Those are some different wheels. So this is pretty clean. I can't really see the wheels here, but it looks like it's a white, or it might be like a chrome outside and like black. I don't know. But the rims, I can't really see them, but it's okay. But the color scheme, I do like the color scheme. Just based off like the colors and stuff, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I think it's very, very nice. This right here, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, not too bad. And then the Garo RS, I feel like the wheels are a little bit different. I don't know. I wouldn't really go for those, but I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10 also. I do like the blue and the white colors, so that's actually very nice. All right, now we have Dan. Oh my God, these pictures look insane. Bro, this doesn't even look like Java Empire. What the heck? I could tell these are obviously like edited and stuff, but these are very, very nice. Look at that, bro. These are like probably the most high quality pictures I've seen so far. Look at this in the RS7. Oh my, yo, this thing is clean. Okay, so he has a GT3 RS right here. He said shark blue, bro. Honestly, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This spec here too, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. RS7 9. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Bro, these first two pictures right here are probably the best. Dang, these are really well done. And look at the little detail he put right here on the spoiler. He put Dan. So moving on, we have my boy Faceless. Yes, it's Pagani Iamolo. Oh my, yo, these pictures are really nice too. Whoa, these are some unique pictures. Wow, that looks nice. McLaren Senna. Oh my God, bro. These graphics are amazing. Nice. I like that a lot. And then Pagani Hora Tempesta. Yes, sir. This thing is clean. I love the lighting under this garage, bro. This house has like such good lighting. Dang. These are the final pictures. Okay, so this, I mean, you really can't go wrong with the stock spec. I'm just going to be rating it like based off the pictures. I love this. I love this picture right here. I love how he has like an interior picture, like McLaren Center right here. I like this pink color. I like kind of like how it looks here more because it's kind of like a more metallic look, but it's not bad at all. And he has like the red like secondary color. It's pretty unique, honestly. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Pretty clean. And then Pagani Hora Tempesta. I have the same exact color on mine because I feel like, I don't know, you should just do something simple for this. And he has like a yellowish, tannish like color for the caliper. I'll go ahead and give this an 8 out of 10 also. All right, and that is all the car specs. Shout out to everybody that submitted some. There was a lot, so this is probably gonna be a long video. I'm really gonna start shortening these because these are like becoming way too long. So yeah, I'll probably start doing like a little bit of shorter ones in the future. Maybe cut it down to like 15 to 20 minutes. I'm assuming this video is gonna be like 40 minutes. I don't even know. It's probably gonna be very long. But shout out to everybody that submitted these. If you guys want to participate, as I did say, make sure that you guys join the Discord down below, link in the description. That's how you guys can, participate in events like these. And also, if you guys want to talk to me or whatever, I'm always active in my Discord. That's where I'm most active at. So if you guys have any questions for me, any like suggestions, whatever you guys want to talk to me, make sure you guys join my Discord server. And yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. Have a good one, everybody, and bye. Yo, what's up, everybody? So over my Discord server, I asked you guys to drop some Halloween car theme specs. Basically, it could be like purple, orange, green, stuff like that. And yeah, I asked you guys to drop some of your best specs that are kind of Halloween themed. And yeah, we're gonna be now rating them and going over them. And yeah, make sure that you guys join the Discord if you want to participate in events like this in the future. I'll be doing like giveaways and stuff, and we'll be doing more events in the future like this. And also, I've been forgetting to mention this, but we have brand new merch that is limited time. It's probably gonna be on sale for another week or two at max. Here's like one of the pieces. It's probably one of my favorite one, kind of like a Halloween ref type of thing. It's actually really cool. Here's like all the merch that we have. Here are like some of the other pieces, and yeah, I think it's really cool. Shout out to Garg for making these. I think it turned out really well, and yeah, make sure you guys go buy because it's limited time. But yeah, let's start rating these car builds. All right, so here we are on my Discord server, as you guys see, and here we have all the car builds and stuff. We're gonna go through them, and yeah, so the first one we have is by Kiki. It's obviously just the default like pumpkin car. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10 because it's very nice. Next one we have this one right here, and I don't know what to think of it. I'm not sure if this is really Halloween. Really, this kind of just yellow. As you guys see here in the reactions, people don't really like this spec a lot. So yeah, honestly, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. I don't really like the color, and I don't really think it's on theme really also. Next one we have is by King right here, and he has a polo right here. Okay, so he has the orange interior. Okay, nice. Yellow headlights, and he has black as a primary color. You can see he has some orange calipers also. Okay. Now, these are not the best quality pictures, but I do understand, like, maybe you don't have the best device or whatever. So overall, the spec is actually not bad. I would only change the yellow headlights. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. This isn't bad, honestly. All right, then we have Moonlight, which posted the HCR12. Oh no, this is the Mazda 787B. Sorry, this is the Mazda 787B. Bro, this thing is clean. This is from the last Winterfest, and honestly, I really do like the spec. Classic Halloween colors, black and orange. Very clean. I like it a lot. Honestly, I'm gonna give this one an 8.5 out of 10. I also don't see a lot of people using this car, so I'd say it's very unique. Moving on, we have Porsche 959. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So 3 cars. Okay, so go-kart right here. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro, in the Halloween colors, it actually looks very nice. I like this a lot. Then Senna, I think that's like a black color. I think that's black and orange. You can't really see too well. I wish it was daytime. But then we have the Zonda. So yeah, this is the Zonda from a Spook Fest, which is pretty much just a stock color, so not too bad. This go-kart over here, I do really like it. I think it's actually very like unique and stuff. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. This, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I like how it's night, but I can't really see too much. This, I don't really like the red interior on this, so I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. All right, and then next we have Mr. Random, which he has this fake Nissan here, which I believe is supposed to be like the R34. Quality of the pictures are not the best, I'll say. Bro, I don't even know what's going on with this car. Like, why is one wheel black and then one's purple? I'm gonna give this one like a 2 out of 10. There's just too much going on and it's just fully like riced out, basically. Yeah, definitely not a big fan of that. But Pagani's on the F Special Edition. I'm not gonna lie, this looks very nice with the white interior. Obviously, it's already in like the Halloween theme stock, but looks super nice. I do like that white interior. That white interior is beautiful. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Just because even though I do like the white interior, it's not very much on theme in my opinion. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Then moving on, we have Lenka's. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but yo, Pagani's on the F Special Edition. And he put purple on it. Look at this. It's like a Hydra spec. Black and purple. Bro, he has the purple interior too. That is super clean. That is really clean. I like those rims also that he put on them. It's actually very nice. White calipers, I think it looks like. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. That looks very nice. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 actually. I like this a lot. I kind of do like this more than the orange, honestly. I think it looks very nice. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Then we have Wingspan 567 right here. And it's McLaren 765 LT Spider Edition. So he took this in like the customization thing. Okay, so he changed the color from green. Green interior looks like we have white rims on it now. And orange calipers. Okay, interesting. And the next car. Okay, Pagani's on the F Special Edition. So he basically changed it, made it blue. Kind of like a blue and white theme going on around here. Okay, so this one, not really a big fan of the green. And there's just a bunch of colors going around. We'll give it like a 5.5 out of 10. This, I do think looks like much nicer. It's a good color combo. Not much like Halloween themed in my opinion, but I'll give it a 7 out of 10. And ooh, bro, look at this. So Elion posted this McLaren Special Edition. And I think this is a very nice picture. He edited this. It says Happy Halloween. See, I think this green looks way better than this, honestly. Like, done like this, I think it's way better. I like the creativity with the picture too. And it's right next to the alien egg. That's really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an 8.5 out of 10. I like the creativity a lot and it's very nice. Then Silva posted this. Right here we have the Hennessy Venom F5 Revolution. Obviously orange calipers, orange secondary color, and you know, black as a primary. Very simple, very nice. I'll go ahead and give this a 7.5 out of 10. Eco Customs YT. Okay, so fully purple. Okay, so fully purple in the GT4 RS, purple calipers, and then the Porsche 918. It's actually a very nice color. I do like this. So purple and the green as a secondary for the calipers. That's very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 7 out of 10, and I'll say around the same for this one. Moving on, we have Void with the 765 LT and a Senna. So let's see right here. Yo, this is clean. I like this a lot. So here's the 765 LT, of course. So taking a look at the interior here, he has purple as his secondary color, which is actually very nice and unique. Right here, we can see it's a purple color on the outside too. Maybe, what are the color of the calipers? Okay, so he has black calipers on it too. Okay, that's a pretty nice color. That's pretty nice. More pictures of 765. And then his Senna right here, which is basically the exact same spec. Not too bad at all. I'm gonna go ahead and give these both a 7.5 out of 10. I'll give both of them a 7.5 out of 10. Now we have SMT edits, and I like this one. Out of all the ones that I've seen so far, this is probably my favorite one. Look at this, bro. Halloween/fall theme, he said. I like this picture a lot. This is very nice. You know, I'm not usually like a very huge fan of white rims, but I actually do think it looks good in this picture. Yeah, this is perfect, honestly. I think this looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.5. I like all the pictures, all the creativity, and you know, the Halloween/fall theme that he went for. So yeah, well done, SMT edits on that. Then we have NIW. So this looks edited. He said it took very long to make. Very nice. Can't go wrong. This is basically like just the stock spec for the Polo IE Orange Dragon, but I like the editing and like the motion blur, so like the car looks like it's moving. Not bad at all. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 7.5 out of 10. Then Cinch Serpents just basically posted the Halloween car. Only like really different thing is the hat, basically, which is black. So you know, 10 out of 10. I love that car. And we have more of the Zonda F. So it's basically just stock, basically. Yeah, Zonda F Special Edition. Basically stock, but orange interior looks like. Pictures are also not the best quality again. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 6.5 out of 10. Not too bad, but I do want to see some more unique specs. Ooh, I like this. So okay, fake demo. He said my computer's having a lag problem. Okay, let's see. Ford GT. I have not seen people like use this car in a long time or even take photos with it. And bro, this is actually really clean. Orange and black as a secondary. I think it actually looks very nice. And yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Honestly, I like this a lot. It's probably one of my favorite ones we've seen so far. Very nice. And then Garg right here posted as a Polo IE Orange Dragon. Very Halloween like, as you guys see. We have purple primary color, purple calipers, and bro, look at that. That's actually really cool. Orange as a secondary and the interior. That is sick. I'm gonna drop a like on that one too. That is very nice. Shout out to him. He is the one that made the merch, so yeah, shout out to him. And honestly, probably my favorite one I've seen so far. I'm gonna go ahead and give this, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I think that's actually very, very clean. I'll give this one a 9 out of 10. Definitely my favorite one that we've seen so far. All right, and then next we have TBHD Pro. He said, gotta run the iconic color combo since it's Halloween. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Basically, the Spookfest McLaren 765 LT edition. He just made it white and made the red secondary. Okay, not too bad. Ooh, okay, I like this car. Mercedes, classical. Not sure. I'm not really a big fan of the rims right here. I'm not a very big fan of that. I don't like how it's red. But this, I would say it's cool. I give this like a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. Not too bad, not too bad. And then here, I really, really like the color on this car. But I just don't like the rims. And it's also not very Halloween themed in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and give this also... I'll give this one like a 6.5. 6.5. Yeah. Moving on, we have bats. And, bro, whoa, hold on. These pictures are really, really good. Look at this. Oh my, bro, I like the spec a lot here. This looks very, very nice. This spec is really, really nice. I like this a lot. Wow, bro, that looks sick. Oh, this might be my new favorite. This actually looks sick. Look at that. Really, really nice pictures too. Wow, bro, that's actually super, super nice. Overall, I'm gonna rate all of this a 9. Very, very nice. The purple is very, very good. I like how he has a mixture of like kind of newer cars and older cars and stuff. Honestly, really, really nice. I'm gonna drop a fire emoji on that one. Very, very, like, well done to you, bats. Very, very nice. Then next we have French Pilot. So green Jesco Absolute, as you guys see here. I'm pretty sure this game is Midnight Chasers. Yeah, this is Midnight Chasers. I guess this does count as Halloween because it is green. And is, you know, we have alien theme going around. Alien egg. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Bro, I mean, can't go wrong with this. I'm pretty sure they call this like the pearl green color. That's what Koenigsegg calls it. Very, very nice. I love Midnight Chasers too. Very, very nice models. Look at that interior, bro. That interior is also amazing. We see, like, look, little detail right here, the seat belts and stuff. Look, the seat belt for the car and stuff. You can see it's kind of like the secondary, and it's also green. Very, very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. Very, very clean. Super, super cool. Then baby emoji dropped this. Okay, so this is interesting. I wouldn't say this is exactly Halloween themed. He said electric edition. Okay, I wouldn't say this is exactly Halloween themed. I'll give it like a 6.5. And we have Javad at Scott. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm very, very sorry. And he also has his Apollo IE Orange Dragon. Okay. I do like the color scheme going on with this. I think it's actually very, very nice. Okay, so basically he has red as the primary color and kind of like this. I don't really know how to describe this color, but he has a yellow interior. Okay, this isn't too bad. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Not too bad. Then we have Zonde 3012, as you guys see here, and he has a T50S. This is basically just like the stock spec pretty much. He just changed the wheels around, which I'm not gonna lie, I do like the stock like wheels better, but not too bad. Does count as a Halloween theme, so fair enough. I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. I like to see like just a little bit more creativity, honestly, instead of just, you know, just being stock, but still a very, very nice stock. So yeah. All right, we finally have some of the final pictures here. I have my boy Swift. He said Viola Pacife. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but that is an official McLaren color, which is purple. And look at these pictures, man. I like this picture a lot too. Like this picture with the bridge in the background and the sun. I like this a lot. Very, very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. Honestly, one of the best ones I've seen yet again. Well done, Swift. Then we have Kino's underscore. He has a GT3RS. Basically in an orange and black theme. Not bad. I do like the orange calipers, honestly. Not bad at all. I'll go ahead and give this a 7.5 out of 10. And then Apollo IE. This isn't too bad. I just don't think like orange is the best color basically for like the kind of texture that this thing has, like the type of carbon fiber that it does have. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 6 out of 10. Not like really a huge fan of that, but yeah. Ooh, hold on, look at this. This is very, very nice. So Trap posted these, it looks like. Look at this Apollo IE Orange Dragon. A lot of people seem to be using this car for like the Halloween, you know, themes and whatever, but look at this. It's very, very nice. Basically fully purple. He has the pink as a secondary. Very, very nice. Well done with the colors, honestly. Looks amazing in my opinion. I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. And for the last one we have, posted by Hydra, McLaren 765 LT. This thing looks insane. Look at this, bro. This thing looks mean. Look at that, bro. Oh, I love the wheels on this thing also. Red calipers, bro. This looks crazy. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. Very, very nice done with the pictures also. And yeah, that's basically it. I think we have a couple more that didn't make it in. Okay. So Fake Demo posted this. HJ220S, I believe. HJ220. So this isn't really Halloween themed, so I don't really know what to rate it. But Ezro posted these. I like this a lot. So yeah, white and orange basically going on with the Ghani's on the F Special Edition. I like it a lot, honestly. I like the pictures too. I'm gonna give that one an 8.5 out of 10. And that is all the car builds submitted. Shout out to everybody in my Discord server that did submit these. Shout out to everybody. I tried to go over all of them. I'm hoping that I didn't miss any. So yeah, if I missed yours, I'm very, very sorry. But yeah, as I did say like earlier in the video, make sure you guys join my Discord server so you guys can, you know, be a part of stuff like this. Because I will be doing like future giveaways, future more events and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you guys join my Discord server down below, link in the description. And yeah, get the merch, please get the merch. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know down below in the comments which one was your favorite spec, and you know, like, drop a timestamp. Which one was your favorite Halloween themed car build spec, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, have a good one, everybody, and bye. Yo, what's up, everybody? So yesterday I asked my Discord server to drop some of the best car specs. It can be any Roblox game. It could literally be any Roblox game. And yeah, drop some of the best car specs so I can rate them. And that's what we're going to go ahead and do now. We're going to check them out. And yeah, let's see what you guys got. So if you guys ever want to participate in something like that, make sure that you guys join down below, like the Discord down below in the link in the description. I don't do this too often just so it doesn't get, like, you know, too much oversaturated. But in the future, if you do want to participate in things like this, make sure that you guys join the Discord down below, link in the description. And yeah, let's get straight to it. All right, so here we are. We have a lot of photos to rate. There is a lot of submissions. So shout out to you guys. And yeah, so first we have Swift versus Senna. Pretty interesting spec we have here. I think it was like inspired from something like, you know, in real life. I'm not completely sure, but it does look pretty nice. I do think it's pretty unique. Yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. I mean, it's definitely not like my style, I'd say, but I'll give this like an overall, I'll give it a 7.5. Just not really my style, but it is really, really nice in my opinion. Moving on to Chocolate Chip Cookie, we have his 918 and his Hennessy Venom F5. Okay, so not the best pictures, but he has a purple with the white rims. Okay, not too bad. Hennessy Venom F5. Okay, so I'd give this overall, like, I give it like a 7.5 out of 10. And this, I'm not really a big fan of the rims, to be honest. So I give this also like a 7 out of 10, to be honest. Zenvo TSRS for the last car. It's actually not too bad. I actually like this way, way more, like this pink instead. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10, so not too bad overall. Then we have Pedro, and he submitted this right here. Dang, but I forgot this car even existed in the game. I think it's called like the 1982 Cough in the game or something. I'd say like the car is a little bit goofy looking. The spec itself though is pretty nice, I'd say, so I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Then BMW M3 and BMW M3. I think this is CDT, I think. Yeah, I told them they could submit any game. I mean, it looks pretty clean overall. I give, honestly, both of them an 8 out of 10. Pretty nice. Ooh, and the Sleepy posted these Agera R pictures. So these are obviously old when we had the Agera R in the game. Very, very clean spec. Can't go wrong with the gray, honestly. And the rims, I give it a solid 8.5. Very, very clean. Very, very nice. I love those rims also. And yeah, we really need the Agera R back in the game, bro. So WRS STI, here we have it. I think this is a Subaru, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what game this is. Is this Greenville? I don't know what game this is. But yo, clean spec, bro. I mean, you can't really go wrong with the black on this. I give it like a solid 8 out of 10. And then the IE Orange Dragon. All of these are his. IE Orange Dragon and a fake bolide. Okay, so I'd give this one like a 7 out of 10. This spec I definitely say is a lot better. I probably changed the rims though, so I give like an 8 out of 10. Ravana Racer, I'd also give like an 8 out of 10. I know I'm giving a lot of 8s, but that's just my honest opinion. And then we have Void. He said the GT4 RS belongs to a friend of mine, actually, but the rest of the cars are all my specs. Okay, bet. I'll go ahead and rate them anyways. Can't go wrong with this spec, honestly. This is a very classic Mustang spec. Looks amazing. I give it like an 8 out of 10. Let's go through all of them and then I'll rate them. Audi RA GT. Ooh, GT4 RS and the Audi R8. Look at that, bro. Yeah, that's looking pretty clean. Ooh, yeah, I like this. This is probably my favorite picture. This is a very, very good combo. I'm gonna give this like an 8 out of 10. This, really, really nice color. I like that. I'm gonna give that a solid 8.5. This, I think it goes pretty well. I'll give this, like, for the GT4 RS, I'll give it like a 7. And then for the Audi R8, I'll give it like an 8. But this picture is definitely my favorite. This color goes very, very well in a car like this, the GT4 RS. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. I'll give this an 8 out of 10 for the Audi R8. So very, very clean. Then John posted his Senna right here. So I'm assuming this is his Senna right here in the blue. Okay, so all of them, we have his Polo IE. Okay, and then finally we have his McLaren GT. I'll be honest, I'm not too big of a fan. I do think the Senna spec looks pretty nice. I give like an 8 out of 10. This, I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. The color in the rims, it could be a lot better. The rims really throw it off. Like, this could have at least kind of gone well if it was like maybe like silver rims or kind of like bronzish rims or whatever, like bronzish rims. The dark green doesn't look very good. I'll give this like a 5.5. And then finally for the McLaren GT, not too bad of a spec at all, honestly. Pretty nice. I give like an 8 out of 10. Not too bad. Then that ends. Ooh, okay, so we had the Senna, the Driving Empire edition. Okay, so this is pretty nice. Doesn't look too bad at all. I'll give it an 8. I honestly like the color that we have going on here. Kind of like a lavender, purple, pinkish color going on. And then obviously we have white as a primary, white wheels. Looks pretty nice overall and pretty clean. I don't think I've actually like really seen anybody else with like a color like this. So props to you, bro. This actually looks pretty nice. And then we have Ghostly, my boy. We can already see he has 3 fire emojis. So yeah, we already know this is gonna be good. Look at this, bro. This lighting is insane, bro. Pagani's on the HP Barchetta. I think this is a D Tomaso P900 right here. Koenigsegg Gamera, of course. Another Koenigsegg Gamera SSC Tortar Striker. I think this is the Zenvo Aurora Gil. Look at that, bro. Yeah, absolutely cooked. So first we have the Pagani's on the HP Barchetta D Tomaso P900 here. Bro, both of these super clean. I'm gonna give this both like a 9.2. These are so clean. These go very, very well together, and overall, bro, like very, very good selection in colors, honestly. Then we have the Gamera. Can't go wrong with this. It looks like it's kind of like more of a toned down greenish color with like a wrap on it. I'll give it like a solid 8 out of 10. I'll give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I appreciate the silver rims and kind of like the maroon calipers. That's a nice little detail. So I'll give like an 8.4 out of 10. Very, very nice detail. Gamera right here. This SSC I'd probably rate like a 8 out of 10, and then this is very nice. I give like 8.5 also. And then yeah, I think I pretty much rated everything. So very, very nice, closely well done with your specs. Then we have Manchler. He posted 2 cars. So he posted his GT3 RS first. Here we have it. Ooh, bro, look at that lighting. Ooh, I like that. I like this color right here that he used on like the little decal. Okay, that's actually really nice. Oh yeah, this is much better. Yeah, this is much better. Could have done a little better with the pics, like, you know, kind of showing it, but I understand the spot is a little bit hard to like take photos in. But first, the GT3 RS. Okay, so we could see it's fully white. I like this. Well done, like matching the decal and the caliper. That's a very, very nice detail. I pay attention to like little things like that, so very, very well done. I give this an 8 out of 10. This is very clean. I can't really see where like what's going on with the interior really, but overall really, really nice. I like that color that you chose. I think it's pretty unique. And then this Hennessy, bro, this is a beautiful spec. This is like perfect. I can't see if the calipers match the interior, but I'd give that a solid 9 out of 10. Like, that's a very nice picture, and I like the color combo. I like the blue that you have going on. The yellow is the secondary. Very, very nice. Then we have Eco Customs YT. He posted his Nissan. People posted like a rice emoji. So Nissan right here. So we have a Riley kind of thing going on. So for this one, okay, pretty nice. And then we have the Porsche 918. I forgot, whatever, like Heritage Edition. It's not Heritage Edition. I forgot you pronounce this one, but so for this one, I'll be honest, as people did say, it's kind of like a little bit rice. It has underglow on it, and overall, like the rally, you know, thing is not too bad at all. I'm not a big fan of the rims though, I'll be honest. So I'll probably give this a solid like 6.5 out of 10, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the rims, honestly, and the underglow doesn't really fit on this car in my personal opinion, but the color itself is actually pretty nice. And then this one, I think this is a much better spec. I'll give this like an 8.5 out of 10. This is really, really nice color. It was perfect for a car like this. Moving on, we have Yvonne. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. So Porsche 918 Spider. Okay, pretty nice. I like that interior in the like the primary color, and the final car is a Polo IE. Okay, that's a very, very clean spec. Okay, so first we have this. I think this looks really, really nice. Only thing in my opinion, the green calipers kind of like throw it off a little bit in my opinion, so that's kind of like the only complaint that I would have about this car, but overall it looks pretty nice. I give like an 8 out of 10. I know I've been giving a lot of 8s, but I'm just being honest. And then this, I'll give like 8.5 out of 10. Very, very nice color. I like the color which you have going on here, and kind of like the rims, calipers, and interior looks very, very nice, so well done. Then we have Burrito. Ooh, so I think we have some Midnight Racing Tokyo pictures here. Look at that, bro. Wow, what is that, like a Nissan GTR 34 with a livery? Wow, look at that, bro. Midnight Racing Tokyo is a beautiful game. Look at these pictures, bro. Ooh, bro. Ooh, yo. Oh, that's sick. That's a sick picture. Ooh, I like this a lot. That's probably my favorite picture for sure. So first we have this Nissan GTR 34, it seems, with a livery. Bro, this thing is sick. Bro, I'm a huge fan of this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to give this like a solid 9 out of 10. Then we have a green Hellcat, it looks like, in the game. Very, very nice pictures and high quality. I like this one right here with the city in the background. This is like a little wallpaper. It looks very, very clean. Well done with this. I'm gonna give this a solid 8.5 with this, honestly. Very, very clean. Can't go wrong with it. Very, very nice color. And then finally we have this Ford GT here. Look at that, bro. We have it in blue, and then we have kind of like some, I don't even know how you pronounce this, like kind of like some champagne wheels, I guess you could say. I really like this picture here a lot. I'm gonna have to honestly give this a 9 out of 10, bro. Then we have Average Car Enjoyer, which posted his 3 cars. First we have a Senna D edition here. Pretty nice. Moving on, we have his I think it's the RS7 if I'm not mistaken. Is it? I think it is the RS7. Yeah, RS7 or RS5, I'm not completely sure. Ooh, okay, I like the spec way better. Porsche 918 Spider. Pretty clean. So first for this car right here, I'd give like a solid 8 out of 10. I give like a solid 8 out of 10. Very, very good color combo, and I do like how you match the caliper with the interior, so I do like that. I give like a solid 8 out of 10. For this, I'm not the biggest fan of the rims. It doesn't look horrible, but I give like a 7.5. 7.5. The like actual color itself though is very, very nice, I'd say. Then we have the 918 Spider. This is definitely the best one out of all of them. Very nice color. I like the caliper color. I like the interior color. I like all of it. I'm gonna give this a solid 9 out of 10. This is definitely your best spec here. Very, very nice. I like this a lot. Then moving on, we have Fake Dema and its SA220S. I think I've rated this before, actually. Yeah, I think I have rated this before, but I'll go ahead and rate it again. Pretty nice spec. The pictures could be like much better, but he said he does know, so yeah, I'd give like a solid 8 out of 10. Only because like if the pictures were like a little bit better, that would definitely help out a lot. But overall, the spec itself is pretty clean. Moving on, we have Brian. He posted his Senna and his P1. So looks like they're both matching. Okay, pretty nice color. I do like that. Ooh, that definitely looks a lot better than the P1 in my opinion. Okay, so this, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. But on the P1, I think it looks a lot more better. Only because like I'm not a big fan of like how the interior is like also the same color. So it's just all like the same color. But on the P1, there's a little bit of more balance, as you guys see. I think we have black calipers here and black interior. That gives it a nice balance at least. Could have also done like white calipers, white interior. It gives it more of a nice balance. It's not too much. So I definitely give this like an 8.5. This looks much better on the P1 in my opinion. Then moving on, we have Mr. McLaren 6501. He said his Chevrolet Corvette spec. Here we have it. So it looks like he just has it in black. Okay. It's pretty nice. Like a sand black pretty much. I'm not a huge fan of the rims. The spec itself was not bad at all. The rims just kind of throw it off in my opinion. It does not fit on this car at all. 7 out of 10. I'll give this car like a 7 out of 10. Or like a 6.5, 7 out of 10 if I'm being honest. I think the rims really just throw it off in my opinion. And yeah. Then moving on, Fake Demo posted another picture. So Spec 2 GT2 RS. Okay, this is definitely a lot better. Dang, this is really clean. Yeah, this looks nice. I like that color a lot. Honestly, 8.5 out of 10 spec right here. That's a very nice color. And I like the rims. Then Chris posted his McLaren, his Jaguar XJ212, I think, his Jaguar XJ220S, and finally his GT2 RS, I think. So let's first rate the McLaren. Let's look at this. That's a very nice spec. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's very nice. Blue calipers. That's interesting. That's very interesting. This McLaren right here, I'd rate a solid 8.5 out of 10, honestly. Then a Jaguar XJ12 right here. This is pretty clean. It's like Cotton Candy kind of reminds me of. I'll give like an 8.5 also. Then this right here, XJ220S. I think this spec could be a little bit better in my opinion. I think like a color that's a little bit more darker goes like a little bit more well in this car, to be honest. So I give like a 7 out of 10. And then finally a GT2 RS here. This is clean. Yeah, this is very clean. Ooh, that's like a really good picture with the reflections. Yeah, that looks nice. Then we have one with Toyota, and I believe this is in Greenville Supra. Okay, so this is a pretty nice spec in my opinion. I like those rims, and really can't go wrong with the gray. I give like a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty nice in my opinion. Could be a little bit of a better picture, but yeah. Then moving on, he posted another picture, I think. So here's more of his Supra. I'll give like 8 out of 10. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And then Mr. McLaren posted a picture of his 918. Okay, this is really nice. The black rims, like kind of unfortunately and surprisingly, throw it off a little bit. I do think like the actual silver rims or whatever are much better in my opinion, but I'll give like a 7.5 out of 10 overall. Then Noah posted his Jesco right here. I could see what he went for. I think he went for the pearl green spec, as you guys know. If you guys know that, I think it's called the Jesco Plus. It's really hard to recreate like exactly like, you know, in the game, but I absolutely love that spec and I see what you're going for, so I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Very clean spec. That's definitely the best Jesco spec in my opinion in real life. So yeah, very nice. I see what you went for. It looks pretty accurate too in my opinion. So yeah, well done. Then we have my boy Hydra. Look at this, bro. So Gamera right here. Oh my, bro. This is very close to like the spec that I have on mine. I took a little of inspiration from Hydra. Look at that interior, bro. Oh my god, that looks amazing. Oh, bro, wow. That McLaren color, like that McLaren interior color is perfect. That is definitely something like the most unique kind of like interior I've ever seen in my opinion. That looks absolutely beautiful. There's the Senna. Wow, that looks amazing. And the GT4 RS, bro. This car has such like good like paint material. Like it looks amazing. So first we have the Gamera. I mean, this is just a beautiful spec. I'll be honest. This is like a perfect spec. Honestly, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. This looks very nice. Everything just like flows really well. Then we have the Senna. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this interior. It's very nice. I don't really see any other people do it. And then we have kind of like it matches with this, the secondary color. I think it's pretty nice. I give like an 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely a unique spec. I haven't really seen it before, so it looks very nice. And then finally the GT4 RS. This is a perfect color. I don't even know what to like. I think this might be like an official Porsche color. I'm not even sure what you call this, but I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Very nice, well done, and beautiful pictures. And then Fake Demo posted his Spec 3 Project AMG 1. I mean, this is pretty much stock in my opinion. Yeah, it's pretty much stock. I mean, you can't go wrong with it, but I'd probably give this just like a 7.5 out of 10. It's not too bad, but it's stock, so I think you could have done a little bit more in my opinion. And then we have Eco Customs YT. He's posted his McLaren Elva. I think it's like with the gradient thing. Doesn't look bad. I just not a huge fan of the rims, honestly. Like the rims just really throw it off in my opinion. I give it like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10 to be honest. Then we have Sammy G, a very, you know, T50S lover, if you guys know. Yeah, I believe this was before licensing. So here we have it, red. I like that. Okay, I like how the calipers are matching with the interior, yellow calipers. Very nice. Like fully lowered also. Yeah, it looks very nice. And then we have a video actually. I'm not gonna play that for copyright purposes, but look at that, bro. That looks amazing. That's clean. That's clean. I think in this it's kind of more like orange. That's very clean. Yeah, that's very nice. I'm gonna give this a 8.7 out of 10, honestly. Very clean spec. Looks very good. The unlicensed version and the licensed version both look very, very nice in my opinion. So I like that a lot. Then we have Nordics. I'm not even sure what game this is, but it looks actually nice. Oh, I think it's South of Florida. Yeah, this is South of Florida. So here we have like a Mercedes. I'm not exactly sure what Mercedes this is, but I think it looks pretty nice, pretty clean. I like it. I give it like an 8 out of 10. Can't really go wrong with like, you know, black on a Mercedes. Then we have Can. You posted right here is RH7. Bro, this honestly gives me like Tokyo Drift vibes. Not even Tokyo Drift vibes, but like more Fast and Furious vibes. I give like an 8.5 out of 10. I kind of like that. If I were to like describe this, it's kind of like a candy pinkish color. It's very, very nice. I like it in my opinion. Then we have a Bari, and she posted some insane pictures. Look at this. So this is really, really unique. Look at that. I've never seen a picture like this before. Wow, that spec is beautiful. Look at that. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. This is very, very clean. I like that interior color is beautiful too. That's absolutely perfect. I like that a lot. Then we have Midnight Racing Tokyo. Whoa, this reminds me. This is exactly like the whatchamacallit. This is like the Need for Speed payback kind of like livery or whatever on this. This is very, very nice. I give this an 8.5 out of 10. And then finally, in Midnight Chasers, we have the Bugatti Bolide. Here we have it. I think it's like during when it snowed. Yeah, there's some snow on the rims. I mean, can't go wrong with this spec ever, can you? I mean, it's beautiful. I'm giving this like an 8 out of 10. Then we have Uday. He posted his Gamera. Looks like his GT3 RS here. And finally, his Jesco. So, first, I like this interior very, very much. I like that. You match the calipers on the interior. Well done. It looks very, very nice. So, this I'm giving, this right here, I'm giving an 8.5 out of 10. I like that. Pretty nice spec. GT3 RS, fully blacked out. Pretty nice. I do think like the stock rims look a little bit better in my opinion. I would have gone with the stock rims, but these are not bad also. I give like 8 out of 10. And then finally for this Koenigsegg spec, yeah, this is pretty nice. So I give like an 8.5 out of 10. I like the blue color that's going on there. And then yeah, then we have Teaser. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And posted his GT2 RS, sorry. Then his 918 right there, and finally his GT3 RS. This is a really, really nice picture. This is very, very nice. So this one, I'm pretty sure I've like had a similar spec on mine before. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I see the yellow calipers too, so that's very, very nice. And yeah, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. That's very, very nice. And then the 918 right here, 8.5. Can't really go wrong with a color like that. And then the GT3 RS, this is definitely my favorite here. I'm giving this a solid 9.5. This is a clean spec and a very, very good photo, so I like that a lot, honestly. So then we have Felix. He's posted his Koenigsegg Jesco and his Audi R8 GT3, I think. The spec is actually not too bad. I mean, I'm not sure. Like, it's not really my taste in my opinion. I give like a 7.5 out of 10, but it's not a bad spec overall. I do think if like the color, like the primary color was white instead of black, it would look a little bit better in my opinion. But yeah, it's not a bad spec overall. I give like a 7.5 out of 10 if I'm being honest. Probably like a 7 out of 10. And then finally for the Audi R8 GT3, looks pretty nice in like the black color and the red. Looks pretty nice. Can't really go wrong with that combo. I give like a 7.5. 7.5 is pretty clean. Then TBK. So here we have it. Porsche 918. Look at that, bro. Dang, these pictures are really nice too. Then the P1. Look at that, bro. We have orange calipers, orange interior. Okay, that looks really nice. That looks really nice. And then finally we have, I think it's right here is a Polo i8 Orange Dragon. Yeah, dang, that's really nice. He took this in the $20 million mansion. This looks pretty nice. Okay, so first the Porsche 918. This is a very picky detail, but for the caliper and interior color, I go for like a little bit more of a like a light green in my opinion, but I do think it looks very nice. So yeah, I'd overall give this spec like 8 out of 10. Then we have the McLaren P1. This looks very, very nice here. I like that. I actually do like these rims on the P1. Yeah, this is nice. I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. And then finally for the Polo i8 Orange Dragon spec, that's just beautiful. Looks amazing, honestly. 9 out of 10 for this spec. Very, very well done. I like those specs, honestly. And then we have Me1. He posted his Agera RS and his 918 Spider. Okay, so here we have it. Kind of looks like a Hydra spec a little bit. You have white calipers, it seems. Okay, pretty nice. Looks, yeah, it looks pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and give this like a 7.5 out of 10. And then we have the 918 Spider here in a blue. Looks very, very nice. This is a very, very nice color on this car, honestly. Yeah, I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. It looks very, very nice. And then we have Fahim right here. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong also. SSC Toro Aggressor. I don't see many people use this car. Look at that. So he has red as a secondary. This car is fully carbon fiber. Look at that. I like how you took this like in Chinatown also. This is very, very nice. And then I'm assuming these are both his cars. I'm not completely sure which one to rate here, but I'll just go ahead and rate both of them. Titanium exhaust. Okay. I like that. I like that. So SSC Toro Aggressor here. I'm giving like a solid 8 out of 10. I'll give like a solid 8 out of 10. Very, very nice color. And then both of these right here, overall, I give like an 8.5 out of 10. I like the titanium exhaust and the colors that are like going on. You have like a greenish kind of here and then, you know, blue over here. So, looks very nice. Then TBX D Pro posted his pictures right here. First, we have his GT3 RS. Look at that. Dang, that's very clean. I like that color. It's kind of like a maroon reddish color. Then, this is the Turbo S. I think like 50 edition, 50-year edition or something. That's a really, really nice color. I like that. And then the Lexus LFA. What game is this? This is Midnight Racing Tokyo? I don't even know what game this is. I have no clue, but this looks very nice. I like that. Okay, so first is GTR S. I'd give a solid 8.5 out of 10. I like that color. It's pretty unique. This color is literally perfect for a car like this, the Turbo S. 9 out of 10. Very, very good. Very, very solid. And then this Lexus LFA. I'm not even sure what game this is, but you literally can't go wrong with yellow on an LFA ever. So 8.5 out of 10. Very, very nice. And we have my boy Jet with these pictures right here. Oh my god. He's already look amazing. Bro, that Jesco spec is stunning. In those pictures, holy bro. Look at that Regera, man. I like how he has like the wheel turn for the pictures also. That's so nice, bro. Very, very nice. This Jesco spec, honestly, bro, I haven't really seen a Jesco spec like this, honestly. I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10. This is really, really clean. I like how the wheels are turned also. Gives it more like an aggressive like style for the pictures also. I like that a lot. That Regera spec, I mean, can't go wrong with it, honestly. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. This is very, very nice. And then finally, the Koenigsegg Camaro, I give like a solid 8.2. Yeah, I give like an 8.2. It's pretty nice. Not too bad at all. So yeah, very, very nice pictures overall. And then Mr. McLaren posted his Koenigsegg Regera, as you guys see here. Okay, this is really, really clean. I like the interior. Can't go wrong with the blue. I do think like the blue has a bit too much more reflection. Like, has a little bit too much of like reflection kind of chrome going on. So kind of looks like a chrome blue, but it does look very, very nice. I'm giving like an 8.5 out of 10 of this. This is definitely Midnight Chasers here. Look at that, bro. That P1 spec is beautiful. I love that color. That's a 9 out of 10 right there. And his Hennessy Venom F5 Revolution and Driving Empire. Kind of looks like McDonald's a little bit in my opinion. Not to like, you know, be mean or anything. But I give like a solid 7.5. 7.5. Not really my style, but not a bad spec to be honest. Then we have Austin. He posted his Speedtail spec in yellow. Not bad at all. I do think like a little bit more could go on with it in my opinion. So I give like a 6.5 out of 10. It's not too bad at all. Then we have Nobe Gabe. This is definitely Southwest Florida, and this is a BMW. This might be E93, E96, E86. I don't even know, bro. I don't know my BMWs. You guys are probably gonna flame me down below in the comments, but I mean, very, very nice spec overall. It's really just a tragedy that this game doesn't have freaking 3D rims, but I won't really count you off for that. I'll give like a solid 8.5 out of 10. I think it's pretty nice. And then we have Smonty right here. This is definitely Midnight Racing Tokyo. I think it's the Honda NSX, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is the Honda NSX. Yeah. And then the GTR R34 looks absolutely amazing. This, I'm definitely giving like a 9 out of 10. Can't go wrong with the spec at all. This R34 is very, very clean also. I'm giving this like an 8 out of 10. And then finally for this, can't really see much of it, but I'll give this like a 7.5 out of 10. So, pretty clean specs overall. Then the AZ posted his Jesco spec. We have like a greenish color going on here. Kind of like bronze rims. And then as a secondary color, we have yellow. I'm not a big fan of the spec, honestly, because I do think there's like too much going on in my opinion. Like the calipers are red, and then you know this color, this color. So I'm not a big like fan of it in my opinion. I give like a 6.5, 6.5. I just think there's too much going on in my opinion, but it's not a bad spec. I'm giving it like a 6.5, 6 out of 10, if I'm being honest. And yeah. So we have an REGT coupe in olive green. Look at this. This looks very, very nice. Look at that, bro. The REGT. Honestly, I forget this car exists in the game. I'm giving this an 8.2 out of 10. Looks very, very nice. And then one with the Toyota posted this. I think this might be Southwest Florida or Greenville. I'm not completely sure. I mean, both of these are pretty nice. I'll give like a 7.5 out of 10, honestly. And then Austin posted more pictures. Okay, so we can see a little bit more here. So yellow calipers. Okay, and then P1 yellow. Okay, looks very nice. In my opinion, like it kind of looks like, I don't know. I don't really think like it looks too good on the like Speedtail. It could go like more well on another McLaren in my opinion. Maybe like the P1. So I'm giving this like a solid 6.5 out of 10 if I'm being honest. Then McLaren's. Okay, so Mercedes, very interesting spec here. A lot of cars. There's definitely more than 3 cars, but I'll go ahead and rate them anyways. The spec itself isn't really that bad. The rims are just throwing me off here. I don't like how like it's red chrome. I'm giving this like a 6.5 out of 10 to be honest. This, you really can't go on with the spec. This, in my opinion, this probably looks the best in like its stock spec, or like a bluish color. So I'm giving this an 8.5 out of 10. Looks very nice. I'm not a fan of these rims at all. I mean, they kind of fit, they kind of don't. I'm giving like a 7 out of 10 to this spec. This, yeah, I'm giving this like a 2, bro. I'm sorry. This is just, bro, this is just fully riced out, bro. We have a purple interior, pink calipers, and pink rims on this, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here, bro? It's just fully riced out. I'm not sure if there's like an actual, like, you know, spec, serious spec, or like a troll, but yeah, this is like a 2 out of 10, bro. I don't know what's going on here. And then moving on, we have French Pilot. Wow, look at these, bro. Look at these. So we have Regera right here. And then what is this? Is this Bugatti Zonda? This is a Jaguar, I believe. I forgot the name of it, but I forgot what it is. So first, the Regera right here. I'm assuming this is his. Very, very clean. Can't really see much of it, so I don't know. So I give like a 7 out of 10 there. Then this Bugatti right here. So, okay, we can see more pictures of it here. Looks really, really nice. Midnight Chase is a really, really good looking game. I like, you know, how it has like the flags and stuff. Very, very nice addition of the Zonda. Looks really nice. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10, honestly. This is really, really nice. And then we have this Jaguar right here. Honestly, very, very like good color for this car. I'm giving that an 8.5 out of 10. And yeah, and then Darren posted some more pictures. We have the McLaren Speedtail right here, Spookfest edition, and basically all blue. We have blue calipers, and then finally we have this Jesco here. Looks really, really nice. He said make sure to rate both, so I got you. This I'm giving like a 7 out of 10. A little bit too much like blue in my opinion. I do think this looks pretty nice on the Jesco though. I'm giving like a 7.5 on this. I'll give like a 7.5. Then we have Speed Mats right here. Posted his pictures. Look at that. This is really, really nice. Posted some Regera pictures. I like that, honestly. I definitely changed the rims. Actually, no, the rims actually don't look that bad. Never mind. It actually looks pretty nice on this car. Yeah, looks really, really nice. Carbon fiber. That interior is pretty nice as well. Then, finally, we have his McLaren 765 LT, I believe. Look at that. Bunch of carbon fiber. They need to fix, like, the carbon fiber textures in this game. But, yeah, this Regera right here, I'll give, like, a solid 8.5 out of 10. I do like the spec a lot. It's very, very clean. And then for the McLaren, I'm gonna also give this like I'll give like an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give like an 8 out of 10. So yeah, pretty clean overall. And then finally we have Dan. Oh my, yo, this looks amazing. Look at that, bro. Specs that I like. I'm gonna go ahead and rate all of these. Bro, this picture is insane. This is crazy. Yo, this is crazy. It's obviously edited, but this looks amazing. This is like literally what like a classic Jaguar is supposed to represent. This looks insane. Oh my, how do you even do this, bro? Look at that, guys. Like, look at the reflection on, like, the floor and everything. That looks amazing. Wow, I like this a lot. Look at that. McLaren Senna. This is very, very unique, bro. Well done. This looks amazing. This looks great. And then some of the other specs that I like. Look at that, bro. This looks crazy. Bro, beautiful picture. So, first rating this, I mean, this is just a 10 out of 10, bro. This is literally the perfect color for a Jaguar, like a classic Jaguar. It looks amazing in the picture also. This Regera right here, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. This is very, very clean. That picture is also amazing. And then the Senna, I mean, you literally can't go wrong with the orange. 9.5 out of 10. And I like the uniqueness what you did right here for the picture. You know, you did like the McLaren and then Senna. Very, very unique. I like that a lot. You know, it gives it like some personalization. And it looks very, very nice. So, yeah, I've given this like a 9 out of 10. Very, very nice. Can't go wrong with it. Some of the specs that I like, I'm not completely sure. I'm assuming these are like all of his. I'm giving this all like a 9 overall in my opinion. This, I can't really go wrong with this on a Senna, honestly. 9 out of 10 here. And then finally for the CC8 50. So this is definitely an old picture. You also really can't go wrong with this color on the CC8 50. So I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. And that is pretty much it for the car build submissions. Thank you so much, guys, for like actually, you know, like sending a lot through. We have a lot every single time. So shout out to you guys. As I did say in the intro of the video, if you guys do want to participate in stuff like this, make sure that you guys join the Discord server. I don't do them too often just so like, you know, doesn't like happen way too much. So it's kind of annoying. But I do them from like time to time. So every like kind of few months, I'd say. Every like 2 to 3 months, I'd say. I try to keep it balanced. So yeah, thank you so much for like everybody submitting. We had some really, really cool specs. I think you guys are actually improving with the specs. I saw some really, really nice stuff. So let me know down below in the comments, like with a timestamp, which one is your favorite spec. If I were to say off the top of my head, I'm really not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I probably have to go back and like look at it. I'm not completely sure what's my favorite spec is, but there was a lot of good ones, honestly. So that is pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, everybody, and bye. So in this video, I asked my Discord server to drop some of the best car builds that I will be rating live. So yeah, this was definitely a little bit different rating it live, but it was kind of cool, you know, rating it with the chat and also getting their opinion on everything. And yeah, there was a lot, so this might be probably like a long video. And let me tell you guys, there was a lot of car builds to rate. So yeah, probably gonna be like a very, very long video, but yeah, let's get straight to it. So first, we got Pedro. All right, he has is a Polo. It's the Apollo Aero. That's what the car's called. I forgot about it. All right, so okay, I do like this color. This blue primary color is pretty nice. We have the silver rims, kind of chrome rims, whatever you want to call them, red calipers. We have kind of like a brown interior. Okay, it looks pretty nice. I'll give it like a solid 8.5 out of 10. I don't think it's too bad. Then we have the GT4, I think. Yeah, the Ezro GT4. There it is. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really love this car, and that color is super clean. Those rims, that's actually clean as hell. I can't even lie, bro. I'm gonna give that a solid 8.5 out of 10. We're moving on to Eco Customs YT, and he has 3 Bentley Bacalars. Bro's big balling. Bro is big balling. We have a blue, green, and purple one. Okay. I think they all look pretty good. I definitely say that the green one is kind of like my favorite. I feel like a darker color for this goes pretty good. People are saying 9 out of 10 in the chat. Yeah, that was a pretty good spec. I'd probably give the blue one like a 7 out of 10. The dark green one like an 8.5 out of 10. And the purple one like a 8 out of 10. Overall, though, pretty nice, you know, baller, you know, setup right there. And then he dropped some more pictures of 3 Porsches. Okay. I like this spec here. I don't like this one, to be honest. And I don't like this one, okay? So this one I give it 8.5 out of 10. This one like a 6 out of 10, I'll be honest. And I really just don't like this one. Like, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. I don't know. It may be also the graphics. The graphics don't look too good if I'm being honest. Like, this one here's kind of valid, but like this one's just not it in my opinion. I just gotta be honest. The green one is 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Yeah. What do you guys give the green one? I feel like the green one is a solid 8.5 out of 10. These two I really don't like if I'm being honest. 5 out of 10. Dang. 5 out of 10 is crazy. 5 out of 10. Hey, that's fair enough. Then he dropped his Ford GT right here. Pretty nice spec. I really don't like the green headlights, but it's not bad, honestly. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. It's not bad at all. Then we have the Bentley GT3, I think. Is it the GT3? I don't know. I kind of forgot. But, you know, Trek Bentley, obviously. Very nice color. Can't go wrong with the purple. And he has kind of like a, I don't really know what you would call this. Like, maybe like a goldish bronze secondary color. Pretty nice, though. I'd also give this an 8 out of 10. And then, oh my, yo, he dropped so many pictures. Mustang GTD, I'll give a solid 8 out of 10. And then this Elva, I'll give it like a 7. I'm not a biggest fan of like the grading on this model specifically, but it's not too bad. All right, moving on, we have Doc, and he dropped this Koenigsegg Jesko. Wow, that's a really nice spec. Yeah, that's a super nice spec. 9 out of 10. This is a solid 9 out of 10. People were saying 9, 8. Yeah, this spec is super nice. I think this spec is really, really nice. And then we have Hawk right here, and he has this GT2 RS in a silver color. We have, you know, just normal silver rims, and then we have blue calipers. Okay, only thing I really don't like about this is interior. I feel like that just throws it off a lot. Like, you know, I feel like a black interior would have just been better. I don't know why this like little top part right here, it's kind of like an orange. I don't really like that, to be honest, but you know, it's not too bad. We have this McLaren 765 LT here, I believe. The graphics are just really bad, I'll be honest, but the spec doesn't look that bad, honestly. I'll give it a solid 7. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Then this P1, okay, this is a lot better. This is an 8.5 here. This is a very nice kind of like gradient metallic red. This is way better. This is way better here. I like this. What are we giving this McLaren P1, chat? I'll give it a solid 8.2, 8.5 out of 10. This is much better. People are saying 8, 9, 9. Yeah, I don't know about the orange and red. Oh, that's a fair point. Orange and red, I mean, I don't think it looks horrible. I definitely go for something more like a silver caliper or maybe like a white caliper, you know. I feel like that fit more. 7.2. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it does kind of throw it off, the orange caliper. Yeah, that's actually fair. We have Void. Shout out to Void. That is one of my mods. And he dropped 2 cars. The Koenigsegg Regera 992 GT3 RS and the 765 LT Spider. Then we have the Regera here. Okay. I feel like you could have done white calipers on this. I feel like I say this on every freaking, you know, like rating car builds. But like, I don't know. If you did like a white caliper, I would give this like a solid 9 out of 10. I'll give this like a solid 8.4. 8.4. Very nice color though. Then we have the GT3 RS. The graphics aren't like amazing. You can't really see it too well. I wish like the lighting was a little bit better, but from what I see, kind of just looks like a matte, I don't know, kind of just looks like a satin matte blue. Looks pretty nice. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I just wish the pictures were a little bit better, like better lighting. All right, then we have the 765 LT in yellow. Not too bad, kind of a basic spec in my opinion. I give it like a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5. All right, let's move on. Then we have Mad Max. Yo, why are people dropping the crying emoji on this, bro? People are bullying this guy, bro. Hey, and he dropped the Jaguar XCR12 Nissan R34. Okay, so we have the Jaguar XCR12. You can definitely tell this was on mobile, but hey, I'm gonna try to cut you some slack here. All right, we have the XCR12. Okay, then we have the R34 with body kits, or no, this is the R33 actually. Then we have the Mercedes, I forgot what this one's called. I think it's like Speech or something. I forgot. This spec is actually not that bad. I don't really like the rims. I'll give it a 7.5. This is not bad also. I gave it like a 7. I mean, it's just kind of hard to tell, you know, based off the pictures, if I'm being honest. This spec, I gotta be honest, this is like a solid 2 out of 10. You know, don't get offended if you're watching this video, but I just gotta be honest. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like, you know, purple dragon scales. I don't like the spec at all. This is like a 2 out of 10. I just gotta be honest. Then we have Teaser. Oh my, yo, oh my, okay, yeah. Regera, 10 out of 10. This, 10 out of 10. This, 10 out of 10. I don't know, call me a glazer, but you cooked. Amazing lighting, very good specs. I'd probably do some of these actually that you did on my cars also, so very good specs. This is a 10 out of 10. Then we have Manchler. Oh my, yo, these are tough. Pagani Zonda Revolution. Ooh, then we have the Senna, and then what's the last car? We got the, oh, that Regera spec is crazy. That Regera spec is crazy. All right, this is a 9 out of 10. This is mean as hell, bro. Like, you know, carbon fiber, that's solid. White Senna, very, very nice. I'll give this a solid 8.5. It's nothing too crazy. You know, the lighting's definitely carrying a little bit here, but it's very nice. And then this Regera, I gotta give it a 9.5 out of 10. And then we have Frankie. So this looks to be like, I think this is Midnight Chasers. Midnight Chasers, okay, interesting. This is a BMW. I don't even know what BMW it is. Did he drop it? I don't know. It's a BMW. We can see he has a Jesko in full green. Ooh, okay, that Regera is very nice. That's definitely Midnight Chasers there. And another Midnight Chasers, I think. Or this might be Midnight Racing Tokyo. I don't know. Either one of those. GT2 RS. Okay, so this one, I'd give like a 6 out of 10. You can't really see much. I'll be honest. You can't really see much, so I don't really know. 6 out of 10, I mean, it does look nice. Can't go wrong with the silver, but I mean, you can't really see much. Then we have the Koenigsegg Jesko. I feel like all green interior is a little bit too much. I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. It's not bad, but I feel like the green interior is a little bit too much for my taste. A Gear RS is very nice though. This is 8.5. This is a very, very nice spec. I do like it. And then finally we have the GT2 RS. I give this a solid 8.2. That's pretty solid. Not too bad. I feel like you low-key locked in with these last two in my opinion. These last two were definitely better. Eco Customs, I definitely rated the Elva, but you have the Speedtail. I don't know why the graphics are so bad. The Speedtail, I give like an 8 out of 10. Solus GT, I give like a 6. Bro, I don't know. The graphics are just horrible. There's like no reflectance. This looks like 2004 Roblox or something, bro. I just gotta be honest. Yeah, it's just really the quality. This, I give like a 2. I'll be honest. I'm not really a big fan. Then we have Yuhu. He dropped the R33 GTR. There we go. And, oh yeah, this is definitely Midnight Chasers. Oh, this guy cooked. Yeah. This guy cooked. I definitely like, ooh, okay. Nice spec. Okay, this, 9 out of 10. I'm giving this a solid 9 out of 10. This BMW PNG rims we could see. That's definitely a little bit of a downside. But I give it a solid, you know, 7. I give it an 8 out of 10 actually. And then this BMW is actually tough. Yeah, 8.5 out of 10 there. This is pretty nice. I wish it didn't really have PNG rims, but it's super nice. Okay, and then moving on, we have Alex. He has his Charger SRT8 in Greenville. Okay. Ooh, yo, that smoke is actually really nice. Okay. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. Then we have Colt the Demon. He dropped his 2011 Pagani Huara. Okay. Very nice spec. Very nice spec. I mean, I give it like a solid 7 out of 10. It's nothing too crazy, but it's not bad at all, you know? I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. Then moving on, we have 918. He dropped 3 cars. Okay, so he dropped the Bentley. I think this is the Bentley, right? Yeah, the Bentley Speed 8. Okay. The lighting is not really that good. You can't really see that well. And then, dude, oh my god, these are taking forever to load. 4GT40. Okay, nice spec. Can't go wrong with it. And then finally, what do we have? We have the 4GT MK2, I believe. Okay, not bad. All right, so, oh, he dropped even more cars. Okay, then he dropped the 4GT. All right, I'm gonna like speed run this. Okay. Bentley Speed 8, I'll give like a solid 6 out of 10. You can't really see much. The 4GT40 I really do like. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. The 4GT MK2, I'll give like a solid 7, I guess. Yeah, 7. 4GT, I mean, it's definitely an interesting spec. I'll also give this one a 7. And then the Apollo Evo, I don't like the chrome rims at all. I'll give it a 6, just because of the chrome rims. If you went with black rims, I know that's basic, but I don't feel like chrome rims looks good on this car. So I'll give this one like a 6. It's just the chrome rims are throwing me off here, all right? Then moving on, we have David. Oh, he dropped some garage pictures. He said my garage with 2 Audis. Okay, got you. Okay, so he got some in real life specs. Okay, so we have the GT2 RS, the 765 LT 918. So we could just go ahead and rate all of these at once, honestly. Yeah, all right. So this GT2 RS is super clean. I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. McLaren spec isn't too crazy. I'll give it like a 7. 918, I'd probably change the caliber color, but I'll give like a solid 7.5. Jesko, pretty nice. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Then he dropped some of his Audis right here. He has I think this is the RS7 and the RS6 if I'm not mistaken. So perfect combo right here. I give the RS6 like a 7 out of 10. I don't really like the rims. RS7, I'd also give it like a, I'll give both of these a 7 collectively. I don't know. The rims are throwing me off a little bit on both of these if I'm being honest. But yeah, people were saying 7 out of 6. Hold on, yeah. I'm sorry I'm not really reading chat, but I'm trying to lock in on doing this because we have a lot to go. That's pretty much it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's it. So these are the in real life specs that he got it from. Nice. Okay, this looks way better in person, I'm not gonna lie. This looks tough. All right, then we have Bats. He dropped his Jesko Hydra. He tried to go for the Jesko Hydra spec. I see what you're doing, bro. I see what you're doing. Okay. He got his Regera also. He knows ball. This garage is a very nice place to take pictures. Jesko Hydra, I do respect this a lot, honestly. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 right here. The Regera can't go wrong with the spec. Even though it's a little basic, can't go wrong with that. 8.5. And then I think he has his Gamera in full green. Champagne wheels, amazing. 8.5. I give all of this collectively like an 8.5. Pretty solid, right? Then we have Yash. Okay, we have a Develsit scene floating. Interesting. That's definitely the most interesting thing I've seen this video so far. Collectively, I give this like a 7.5 out of 10. All right, then moving on, we have this. Okay, I'll give this a solid like 8.5 out of 10. I like these two specs here. And then I think this SSC, I give it like a solid 7. This Apollo spec is pretty nice. I'll give it like a 7.5. We have some mobile pictures. Could have at least removed the UI. Come on, bro. GT4 spec. Okay, I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. It's nothing too crazy. Then we got my boy Kingwood Zero. All right. He dropped his Artura GT4. Can't go on with the spec. I'll give this a solid 8 out of 10. Then, ooh, okay, this is actually creative. He has the Mustang and the police thing. Okay, that's actually creative as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give that a solid 8 out of 10. Oh, okay. This is elite ball knowledge. This is a 10 out of 10, bro. If you guys know, you guys know. This is a 10 out of 10 right here, bro. This is a 10 out of 10. Yeah. Then we have Rogue. He dropped his, I forgot what this car was called. It was called Brabham BT62. There we go. Yes, that's the car. That is the car. Yeah, this car was actually very nice. I was actually sad when this got removed. This was actually a very nice car. It looks very nice. This, I'll give a solid 8 out of 10. It's kind of low quality picture, but I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. Then the Porsche 917. Okay. Interesting picture. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the gradient at all. 2 out of 10. Quality, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, the quality is very trash, but I could see where you're going with the spec. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Quality just kind of gets worse. I'll give it a 2 out of 10 on this. Oh, this is by far the worst. I'm sorry. It has to be a 0, bro. I'm sorry. Okay, this was a pretty nice. I'll give it a solid 8.5. Yo, I'm sorry, bro, but this one, like, yo, I'm not trying to bully you, my boy, if you're watching the video, but hey, bro, like, this is respectfully a 0, okay? I'm sorry, bro. Okay, and then we got E1. I don't really know how you say your name. E1, I don't know. E1, but he dropped his Jesco right here and the Senna. I'm assuming both of these are his. These are very nice. Yeah, these are both very clean. Both of these collectively, I'll give like an 8.5 out of 10. Then we have, okay, same picture, basically. He has 2 Hennessy's. Okay, I definitely, wait, okay, he also dropped the Rigger. Okay, the Rigger, I'd give like a solid 8.5 out of 10. I've seen the spec before. It's not like too unique, but it's not horrible. I do like the interior picture's pretty nice. And then last one he has is the RH7. This is kind of like laggy though. I mean, not laggy, but it's kind of blurry, so I don't really know how to feel about it. Probably like a 6 out of 10. I don't know. I don't know why it's blurry all over. It kind of just makes it kind of low quality. Then Ezro dropped some. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is actually, ooh, hold on. This is a very nice spec. Detail Muscle P900, I believe, right here. Yo, this is actually mad clean. I'm giving this a solid 9 out of 10. I feel like the sharpen is like a little bit too much. Oh, what's up, Ezro? How you doing? I'm reading your spec right now, bro. I feel like you could have done like a little bit of less sharpening because it makes the quality a little lower. But I'll give this a solid 9 out of 10. I don't know what I said before, but I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. This is very clean. Pagani's on the R in the red, pretty nice. Also, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And then this is a really nice Huara R spec. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very nice Pagani Huara R spec. I'll give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. W specs, W Kingwood, W Ezro. Shout out to them. And then we have Carb Skin. That's a crazy name. That's probably one of the most unique names I've seen. Then we have the Pagani Huara BC Roadster right here in this nice kind of, I don't really know, kind of like a beige color, I guess you could say. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. I'm sorry if I'm not reading everything, but you guys will be seeing yourself in the video, like on the chat. So then we have, ooh, this is actually really nice. Oh, these are yours? Yeah, Phantom, shout out to you, bro. These are nice. You cooked, bro. I like these actually. This is a very unique color. I'll give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. I actually like both of these. Good job, man. Interior for the Pagani. Oh my God, so clean. Definitely clean. I'd like this. I don't really like the rims, to be honest. I think that might be stock though. I'll give it like a solid 7 out of 10 if I'm being honest. 7 out of 10. I like these definitely a lot more. 8.5 right here. 8.5, yeah. Then we have Sliz. He dropped his red Pagani Zonda R Revolution. The Pagani Huara Roadster. Super nice. Oh my God. That's a perfect color for the Gear RS. This, I'm giving a solid 8 out of 10. I'm going to give... Oh, I did not mean to zoom in. I'm going to give the Pagani Huara Roadster like a 8 out of 10. This one I really like, honestly. I'll give this like a 9 out of 10. Very, very solid. All right, then we have Chris. He dropped his GT4 RS. Actually, this might be a Cayman. 718 Cayman? Oh, no, it is a GT4 RS. Never mind. Either GT4 RS or a Cayman, whatever it's called. I don't know. Both of them look pretty similar, but this is very clean. This is very clean. I do like the color. I'll give this a solid... I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. Jimmy dropped some of his cars from Midnight Chasers. A lot of people actually played Midnight Chasers. Hey, shout out to you guys if you play Midnight Chasers. This is a solid 8 out of 10. It's not really a good quality picture, to be honest. Then GT3RS is can't really see it that well, to be honest. But I'll give this like a solid 8 out of 10 also. And then finally, he has his green Koenigsegg Regera. I'll give this also like an 8 out of 10. Then Chris dropped his McLaren 765 LT. I'll be honest, I like the color that you went for here, but the rim color is not it in my opinion. I don't like the rim color. I'll give it like a solid 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10 if I'm being honest. And then he dropped the Jaguar HCR 12. No, is it the HCR 12? Oh, no, HC 220S. What am I saying, dude? Yeah, this is the Jaguar HC 220S. Very clean. I'll give it like a solid 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Then Juke dropped his Jaguar HCR 12. It's just fully blacked out. Kind of looks like a carbon fiber wrap. It's not bad. I'll give it like a solid 7 out of 10. It's not bad, but I feel like you should go for more like of a brighter color on a car like this. That's just my personal opinion. Then we got my boy Ghostly. Yo, I love Ghostly, bro. He dropped his Apollo S right here. Oh my. Whew. These are so clean, bro. These are actually so clean. Yeah. This is a solid 9.5 out of 10. This right here is a solid... Oh, did not mean to click on Martino. This is like an 8.5. Actually, no. I'll give this a 9. And then his R33. This is solid. I'll give that an 8.5. And then finally... Oh, this is Aura. 9. Overall... Bro said glaze. Alright, bro. Overall, I'll give all of these a 9 out of 10. It's saying unusual activity. It's probably because a bunch of you guys just joined. It kind of says that when a lot of people join. So, shout out to you guys if you're joining. Overall, solid 9 out of 10. Dobby specs. I think the chat likes it too. I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of the spec. It doesn't really help that the pictures are low quality. Ben, I'm gonna give you like a solid... I'll give it like a 5.5 out of 10. I just don't really like this at all. And, you know, the headlight colors are not... I know, in my opinion. Then we have Hulk. I feel like he already dropped a lot of pictures, so I'm gonna go skip over you. Yeah, he already dropped these, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he did. He literally did. Then Twin Osama. That's a funny name. He has his I think this is a C63S. I don't know too much about Mercedes, but I think this is the car. Ooh, okay, I like this color. It's pretty nice. The Jesco. Okay, this one's definitely my favorite. I'll give this a solid 9 out of 10. This is a very nice spec. This I'll give like a solid 7.7. It's not horrible. I don't like the rim color. Like, it's not, like, it's kind of reflective. It should have been, like, all blacked out, in my opinion. But I'll give it, like, a 7.5 out of 10. Overall, these are, like a 7.7 out of 10. Jesco spec, I really do like them. Then, Frankie dropped his Audi R8 GT, I believe. Can I exit out of here? All right. Then, he has the McLaren. Okay, I like this picture a lot more, okay? This picture is actually pretty clean. Temerario and, okay. What are we thinking here, chat? Okay, this, I'll give, like, a solid 7.5 out of 10. T1, this is a perfect color. This is a 9.5 out of 10 for me. Even though it's low quality, 9.5 out of 10. Temerario, I really don't know how I feel about it being just all yellow. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. What else do we have? You have the Soul GT. Okay, that's a pretty nice spec. 8.5. And then this, I'll give like a solid 8. Overall, like a 8 out of 10 for this. Then we have Fahim. Oh my god, dude. I love Midnight Chasers. Audi R8 GT. Super nice. Super nice. I mean, you can't go wrong with the red. This is a cool picture too with the flames and stuff. Yeah. That's fire. Yeah, I'll give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. I like this. Then Murcielago, W name. He has his Koenigsegg Regera here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but very nice. That's a very nice spec. Oh my. Yo, yeah, these are the perfect selections of colors. I'm not going to lie. LFA here is super nice too. This is a 9 out of 10. This is an 8.5 out of 10. And this LFA here is also 9 out of 10 for me. This is really nice. All right, let's move on. We have Dan. Yo, shout out to Dan. Game is driving Empire 4 GT40. This is super solid. 9 out of 10. I love this picture here. This is a very, very good picture. Then Midnight Racing Tokyo Honda NSX. Oh, that's super. Oh, I love that picture. That's amazing. I love this. Yeah, very nice. This is a 9.5 out of 10. 488 Pista. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know. Y'all might see this picture right here on the thumbnail for the rating car builds video. Just letting y'all know, alright? I really like this picture. This is a 10 out of 10. Alright, this is a 10 out of 10. This might be a thumbnail. 10 out of 10. Oh my god, that picture is amazing. This is solid. This is very, very solid. Overall, these are all like a 9.5 out of 10. These are amazing. Very, very good. We have Lamborghini Kid. So obviously you dropped, you know, a Lamborghini Urus in all yellow. I'll give it like a solid 7.5 out of 10. P1. Oh, that's a nice spec. I like this actually. This is actually very nice. I'll give it an 8.5. GT4 RS. I don't like the rims on this, to be honest, but you can't go wrong with the yellow, I feel like, on a Porsche. I think it's pretty solid. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. Just go here. I don't really like it, if I'm being honest. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. I don't know. I wouldn't really go for the white rims. Then Kenneth dropped his F1. Pretty nice. I'll give it like a solid 8 out of 10. It's nothing too crazy. Chris dropped more pictures of his Blackwing in all white. Interesting. So we have a Cadillac CT VS Blackwing in all white. This is definitely interesting. I'll give this like a solid 8 out of 10. But he's matching though. Yeah, you're right. He is matching, but like, I don't really like the white rims, if I'm being honest. Alright. So yeah, this, I'll give like a solid 8 out of 10. I'll give this like a solid 8 out of 10. Hydra, yeah, y'all about to call me a glazer, but I mean, like, come on, chat. You know, I'm not even gonna rate it, but rate these pictures, bro. Rate these pictures collectively. Rate these pictures collectively. I want to see what the chat says about this, okay? We know Hydra be cooking. If you guys, you know, have kept up with the car specs, 10, like, come on, bro. Come on, you can't even call me a glazer for giving this like a 10. Bro said just glaze them already. What are these shaders? This is just future lighting. Also, the dealership has very good lighting, by the way. 10, 10, yeah. There you go. Chat, that's exactly what I give this. This is all a 10 out of 10. Very, very solid. This is a crazy picture, by the way. Like, I don't know. This hits different. This is crazy. 9.5 out of 10. Yep. Yeah, I'm giving this a solid 10 out of 10. These are solid. Look at this. This has 5 fire emojis, so a lot of people liked it. Then we have Eco Customs YT. This is kind of a cool picture. I could definitely tell it's on mobile, so it's not the highest quality, but it's kind of a cool picture. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give both of these like an 8 out of 10. Then I think we're actually getting to the end. Yo, no way. My heart aches still to this day. Reminiscing about this car in D. Bro, me too, man. I miss having the LFA, bro. Yo, did any of you guys have the Lexus LFA in Driving Empire? Like when it was on sale like a year and a half ago? Did any of you guys have the Lexus LFA? Dude, I love that car so much, bro. Did anybody have the Lexus LFA? Bro, I missed having that car. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. I did. Clean vid. Thank you, man. Yeah. Bro, I miss having the Lexus LFA. That thing sounded so good in the game too. I didn't have the Nürburgring edition because I didn't play when that came out, I don't think. But I had the normal one that was on sale. Yeah, super clean. I mean, you can't go wrong with this, bro. You literally can't go wrong with this. This is a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. Super solid. And then he has this BMW. Is this an M3? Oh, it's actually like a wagon or whatever you call it. Kind of like an SUV. I don't even know what this is called if I'm being honest. But I'll give it like a 7 out of 10, I guess. It's not horrible. Then the Audi, what is this? Audi RS3. I don't know which one this is. This might be the RS3 if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. I'll give it like a solid 6.5 out of 10. I don't really like the white rims. And then we have Callum. Oh my god. This is super nice. Koenigsegg Agera RS. This is a very unique spec. I've actually never seen anybody do this. This is nice. 9 out of 10 for that. Oh my, yo. Zenvo ST1. This thing is glowing, bro. This thing is literally glowing. This is super nice. Super nice. Oh, I like how you dropped this little tag right here. Okay, this is super nice. I'll give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. And then finally, Camaro 037 Evo. I don't even know what this car is. Midnight Chasers. Okay. That's solid too. That's very solid. I'll give that like an 8.5. Overall, I'm giving all of these a 9 out of 10. Not a BMW fan. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. And then we have the final one. Oh my god, this took a while. But we have the final one. And it is the Firstbots GHG with this Koenigsegg Jesko in all blue. Regera, okay, that's definitely a unique color. I've never really seen that, honestly. I kind of like this Apollo spec, to be honest. Okay, I'll give this one a solid... I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. I actually kind of like the blue interior. I'll give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. This Koenigsegg Regera, it's definitely unique. I'll give it like a solid 8 out of 10. And then finally, we have the Apollo Gumpert right here, Apollo N. I'll give this like a solid 8 out of 10. So overall, this is a solid 8 out of 10 for all of these. And that is all the submissions.